Oak Grove Auto Sales Service and Body Shop in Kings Mountain. They can do it all. Check with their automotive repair shop for all kinds of automotive repair. Plus, they sell tires too. And from a scratch to a big fender bender, they can help with that in their body shop. Oak Grove Auto Sales Service and Body Shop, 522 Oak Grove Road, Kings Mountain. Online at oakgroveauto.com.
Trusted, tried, and true. Those three words represent the highest standards for the Kawasaki Mule side-by-sides. Trusted means being built strong and built to last. Tried means being put to the test by hardworking people doing the toughest jobs. And true means staying authentic to the roots that run 30 years deep. Kawasaki Mule, the definition of trusted, tried, and true. See the Kawasaki Mule at Full Throttle Power Sports, located at 101 Indian Walk in Lowell.
At United Bank, banking means more than financial solutions. It means rallying around the causes that matter to their employees, customers, and neighbors. Over the years, United Bank has grown in size, but their community focus has not changed. By giving back to our local communities and funding business development, we help fuel economic growth. United Bank, member FDIC. It's time to start planning for cold winter weather with one call to Rye Heating and Air in Lincoln. They are locally owned and operated with a team of friendly, skilled, and experienced professionals. Get a free estimate on replacement or new installation. Take up to $1,750 off select carrier equipment. And ask about their one-time heating maintenance special for just $75. Call 980-389-0008 for Rye Heating and Air. Online at ryeheatingandair.com. Like them on Facebook too. Are your drains not draining? Are your sewer lines backing up? Have you no water? Things like those will drive you plumb crazy. Don't let that happen to you. Call on Olmsted Plumbing in Forest City. They'll clear up your drains and even do a camera inspection of your sewer lines. And they have water treatment systems and water heaters too. For residential or commercial, call Olmsted Plumbing at 828-245-7302. Online at olmstedplumbing.com. Like them on Facebook too. And right now, they have employment opportunities.
And good morning, and welcome to another Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin, Tom, Terry, and Zach. I wasn't going to forget you, I know. I may have forgotten you when I was at work and didn't know who you were, but I wasn't going to forget you on Saturday morning, Zach.
And just want to remind our listeners that Saturday Morning Sports Talk is brought to you by Shelby Heating and Air. Give them a call, 704-487-7877. Check them out online, shelbyheating.com.
Nobody forgets who they are.
Yeah, that's right. We don't forget who Shelby Heating and Air is, but we don't let JP handle that part of the show just in case. Sorry, JP.
No. Yeah, well.
Well, that's a good way to end the year, and I love it. I think it's funny that JP comes in here every week, and all four of us are sitting here most of the time. Zach has missed a little bit, but he's got back. And all of a sudden, Zach goes in and walks over to him and says something. What was it you
I was
said?
telling him, hey,
Yeah.
I got the store, you know, I'm with Pepsi now. I'll see you every now and then. I just want to come say, hey.
This
He
is
says,
so fun.
can you remind me who you are again?
Who are you?
He looked familiar,
like,
but
is
I
this a
couldn't
joke?
play.
Look familiar.
The first thing came in my man was, well, maybe
Why
I
is
go to
the
church with the
Pepsi
guy.
man talking to me right now?
Yeah.
That's all he was
I
thinking.
got
was
work
thinking.
to do,
That's all he
Pepsi
was
man.
probably thinking. Why is a Pepsi man talking to me right now?
About getting a new wrap.
The Pepsi man has never talked to me.
I'm in your store now.
It's weirdo.
That is so funny.
Like, well, guess I'm not a local celebrity. I thought I was.
No, Zach then tell him that somebody did recognize your voice on the radio.
Standing in Marshall's line, getting something for the wife. I don't know what it was, but it was like, are you on the radio show? I said, your voice sounds familiar. I said, yeah, I'm on the sports podcast. When I knew that was you, I recognized your voice. I'm like,
Somebody that don't even know you.
Yeah,
Complete
recognized
stranger
voice.
recognized Zach's voice, who's never met Zach or seen Zach, standing in line at Marshall's, recognized Zach's voice. And JP looking at him dead in the face.
Says, I'm who you are again.
Oh man, I'll never know what this guy. I'm never going into this now.
You will not.
I so
I'm
wish
like-
we had this on
I was
video.
like,
Listen,
I thought I was on candid camera.
oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
It's no worse than Russ coming in there. Now, who are you?
Yeah. Introduced himself to Philip after he'd worked about a year as a post
Glad it
game
wasn't Calvin.
Saturday.
Could you see Calvin going in there?
JP, that's how you really get fired.
I'm who you are again.
What's going on, JP?
What's your name?
Who are you?
Yeah, so you know he pays no attention to what you look like.
Why does the janitor come here and try to fire me every
Yeah.
Friday night?
Y'all have way too many enjoyments at my expense. Way too much enjoyment.
Well,
My
JP, you
self-esteem
asked
went straight to the floor the other day when he told me I didn't know who I was.
Gosh.
Oh,
Look,
Don't, I wouldn't take it personally.
I was there standing there. He was talking. I'm like,
He recognizes.
I wonder if I go to church with this guy. He looks familiar, but I mean, I just didn't know which one it
Do I go to
was.
church with this
He
guy?
looked familiar.
He looks familiar.
It's a big church. I don't know.
oh Lordy.
Well, this is a 4-person congregation,
Oh,
so you
man,
should
yeah.
know who this is. But it's okay.
Good
JP.
morning, JP. Welcome to the show. Welcome. This is the radio station. That is the control room. Just a little reminder. I'm Kevin Hastings, along with Terry Reinhart, Thomas Sinafani, and Zach May. We normally talk some sports, but my goodness, JP.
Well, we had to start off on that. That's a good way to end the year.
All right, we're lucky we didn't just choke on all the biscuits we were eating while we were
We
trying to do
think
it.
we
too.
ate 'em already.
I had a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit. Zach,
I switched up and got a sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle.
I
Terry,
had sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin.
And I had a bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddle.
and JP, you get some sausage burritos.
Yes. That's what I
What,
got.
what all comes on the sausage burrito?
Sausage, eggs. I think there's some peppers and cheese.
All right,
It is good.
Saturday
Yeah,
morning
it is
sports talk brought to you by local McDonald's here in Cherville. Mr. Kuthan, if you ever see him, he's like almost 9 foot tall. Gets his pictures, Tom, with all the student athletes, and he's like 6'8".
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So all the pictures
I hate
are
getting,
of
getting
him.
my picture with guys like this.
And then
I know.
and then all the kids are like cut
Yeah,
off
I
in
know.
the picture. Chris White
Don't
was
take my
next to him
picture.
too,
Oh,
and he's
yeah.
not exactly tall.
No, he's
either.
about my height. Yeah,
He gets 6'7". Yeah, Andre said something about the other. We got a friend who he's a bit taller, kind of bigger fella, and he's like, I can't stand next to him. He makes me feel really small. Like
Yeah.
I don't feel like I don't feel too big getting next to him. So yeah, tall. And his son was an excellent basketball player up there at East Lincoln. So thank you to all of those folks, Mr. Kuthan and the McDonald's and their sponsorship of our scholar athletes as well. Tom, you remember who the scholar athlete up there was? If I don't have to look it up,
I want to say it was Caleb McCabe.
Yes,
was the last one.
McCabe,
Yeah,
yes.
Because he plays soccer, he's on the swim team. I want to say he's on the tennis team too. Straight A student, AP scholar. I mean, he's a great kid. Comes from a good family. All the brothers and sisters came through Burn. So congratulations to Caleb.
Yep. All right, folks. Saturday morning sports talk brought to you by Shelby Heating and Air. We talk a little NASCAR. We talk a little ESPN. I mean ESPN. I'm clicking on the link. We talk a little basketball. NBA, college basketball, college football. Let's see, NBA, a little bit of everything, high school sports here, local sports, and more. And so anyway, I want to welcome everybody to the show, and we'll be talking a little bit of that and more coming up. Let's see, we've got a little bit of NASCAR news today, just something quick to go over. We've got college basketball, a couple of things. In football, it's a big day in college football, right, guys? Mm-hmm. Big week in college football.
Tonight.
Playoff tonight.
Not really.
You don't know that yet.
That's 2 blowouts.
Ohio State's going to kill who? Georgia?
No, Ohio State's going to wish they'd never got in it.
We're going to talk all kinds of bowl coming up. If, as you see, Terry is a fair weather fan. He'll wear any shirt
of a team that wins.
Any shirt of a team that wins that's not. He won't wear. Let's see. He won't wear a Tar Heel shirt.
No, definitely not.
He would wear a Duke shirt, I believe. I think I've seen him wear a Duke shirt. No Duke shirts for you.
No,
he won't wear rival schools, but he'll wear other schools.
Oh, he'll wear any other school.
I will wear Wake Forest. Yeah,
it's not really a rival.
No.
Well, Terry's in his Tennessee orange over here, looking like James Mason today, bright and orange, and they were in the Orange Bowl against the other orange, Clint Tom's favorite coach Dabo.
Oh, Dorco.
He says they pay their people and in Jesus' name, image, and likeness. You see that one, Zach? I don't know if that's how you're supposed to use that.
Is that why he makes over $10 million a year? Yeah. Well, get out of here, Dabo, with your crap.
They didn't play well last night.
No, they didn't. Tennessee totally dominated the game.
I mean, it's just like they took advantage of, what's the kid's name? Klublik, the young kid. Mm-hmm. They took advantage of him not being able to read the blitz. And the one time, I don't know if you saw, Terry, Tennessee had a corner blitz, and the guy gave it away. Like he shaded inside too quick. And he came back out. The receiver pointed. And he got his attention. He pointed. He said, he's coming. And he went anyway. It was like totally blown disguise. And then, he just went out there and caught about 5 yards. He made a pretty big play, got about 20 yards, And he went, excellent job of reading that blitz. I'm like, he didn't read anything. The receiver told him. One time the receiver told him. But the other times, they just disguised it. They had guys coming on blitzes. That 24 for Tennessee had like 3 sacks.
Yeah, Beasley.
Yeah, he's pretty good. So I just think they took advantage of a kid who we're going to throw some things at him that he hadn't seen before. He looked really good against Carolina, but Carolina didn't really have time to game plan for him.
Yeah.
You game plan against Uiagalelei, well, just, he's going to throw it at people's feet 3 times and punt. So, this kid, he is a dual threat. I mean, he can run. He's pretty nifty in the open field. I think he's going to be a good quarterback for them. But last night, he's just overmatched.
Well, I know one time last night, I think it's third quarter, maybe it's the fourth quarter, when they took off after him, he must have run 30 yards the wrong way.
Yeah,
and then he ends up throwing a pick as he tries to throw it back across.
It was 4th down, though.
Yeah.
It was 4th down, so he kind of had to throw. The one where he had the brain cramp, where they didn't have a timeout, was 3rd down. Well, it's 3rd down, you spike it. All right, what do you got to do now? Now you got to probably kick the field goal. Well, Dabo keeps him out there, but doesn't tell him what to do. So,
that's right
if you're Dabo, you got to be screaming over there, end zone. This is going to go in the end zone.
Yeah.
So what's he do? He does a quarterback draw, gets tackled, and time runs out. And then he's over there, talking to him and all that. It's like, well, hey, Dabo, why don't you talk to him before so he knows the situation? You can't.
Yeah, you got to throw it away, buddy.
Yeah, you got to throw that away, throw it in the end zone. Well, if you're just going to throw it away on that play, just spike it. Spike it and kick the field goal. But it's comical. Dabo's comical. I mean, to see him talking to that kid like he had his head over there, he's talking to him. He wasn't screaming at him, but it's like if you'd have told him what to do before, he probably wouldn't have done that. But it is what it is.
All right, guys, let's look at the scores this week before we go to break, and then we'll come back and break down the big games of this Saturday tonight. Let's go. Let's see. Last weekend was, what was that? The 24th. So I need to find past the 24th on our schedule.
Too many bowl games.
I know, right?
Too many.
Well, I mean, you have matchups of 6 and 6 teams. And
that was
like that.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Got the Compulsive Gamblers Bowl, Memphis and Utah State.
Monday, New Mexico State beats Bowling Green 24-19. Tuesday, Buffalo beats Georgia Southern 23-21. Memphis took care of Utah State 38-10. East Carolina beat Coastal Carolina 53.
I'm telling you,
Wow.
that Coastal
Ticket Smarter
Carolina
Birmingham Bowl.
Yeah, that team right there. Ever since their coach decided to leave, that whole team has changed. It's like, I mean, I don't even know. I mean, they got a great team, but you can't tell me a coach. I know a coach means a lot, but a coach can't mean that you just quit. And it looks to me like every guy on that team has just quit.
Wisconsin beats Oklahoma State.
I told you I'd not take Oklahoma.
24-17.
I think I took Oklahoma State. Yeah.
Oregon ekes out North Carolina. Was it the first 9-win team in college football history with a 4-game losing streak? That's kind of a weird stat to have. Oregon wins 28-27 on the baseball field. Terry, did you watch any of that? Or did any of y'all watch
I
any
did.
of that?
The Carolina was up by like 10 at the end of the fourth quarter and gave it up. No defense.
How'd the baseball field look?
I always hate when they play. I even back in the 90s, I hated when they would go to San Francisco and play on the baseball field.
With the bowls not really meaning anything, 90% of them, whether the name of it, aren't you the ones like in that one conference, if you win it, you go to Boise, you come in second, you go to Hawaii. Wouldn't you rather come in second in that conference every time?
Yeah.
Like, hey, we won. Where y'all go? Boise, Idaho.
Yeah, Boise's nice.
Yes, in
Hawaii.
January, Tom. I'm sure the sunset looks pretty.
Boise's nice.
Boise's nice. I got a cough real quick.
Y'all are looking for, by the way, Terry, I don't know if Kevin wants to address it, but y'all are looking for a new play-by-play man for basketball and football.
Yeah, just because he made a true statement.
We'll get to that later off there. UCF and Duke, 30-13. The Blue Devils in the Military Bowl. Kansas gets beat by Arkansas by 2 points. Arkansas 55-53, and they win the right to keep. Win the right to keep the R in their name.
Wonder what the over/under for that game was before.
2 points probably. Texas Tech beats Ole Miss 42-25. Thursday, number 20 Texas falls to number 12 Washington 27-20 in the Alamo Bowl. The Cheez-It Bowl, Florida State.
Great game.
35-32 over Oklahoma, over David Potter's Oklahoma Sooners. The Minnesota Golden Gophers win 28-20.
Your Minnesota Gophers won.
Hold it out.
Syracuse.
Hold it out.
Clemson, number 7, falls to number 6, Tennessee, 31-14. Vols complete a very successful season, 11-2. Pittsburgh, 9-4.
There's another great game right
37-35 over UCLA. UCLA was ranked 18. That was the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl.
Yeah, Pittsburgh got the ball for like 50 seconds and drove down the field and kicked the field goal.
What a game. Almost everybody said would probably be a good game anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Notre Dame beats Maryland. I mean, not Maryland, South Carolina, 45-38, number 21 over 19, Notre Dame. And then, of course, Maryland beats NC State 16-12. Terry, what's going on here?
No, that's normal, is it not? North Carolina State kicking field goals. That's all we had. Now he's gone. Dunn's gone, so I don't know what we'll do next year unless we – I mean, we did get rid of our offensive coordinator. He went to Coastal Carolina to become head coach, so maybe we can change next year. Our offense will become something.
Yeah, it looked like the Big Ten was 4-0 on that board. Terry, what do you think about that?
Well, you know, every now and then y'all have a good days.
Yeah, well, we're 2-0 against the ACC. Look at that. How about that?
Yeah, if our offense could have did anything yesterday, we would have beat you.
But you didn't.
I know, we didn't. That's exactly how the game goes.
You're always in here hating on the Big Ten, but when they play the ACC, they beat them, Terry. I mean.
Yeah, I was mad yesterday.
They
said
they lost to Duke's mayonnaise bowl. That's what really makes me mad.
I think the problem becomes at the end of it because Dave Doran had already said, Dave Doran already said that he didn't want mayonnaise poured on him.
So he lost on purpose.
No.
That's what it was.
That's what I'm going to blame it on.
Terry's conspiracy of the week is Dave Doran didn't want mayonnaise on him. That's what I'm saying. Do you go to the bowl, you want to win and get mayonnaise poured on you?
4 gallons
or you want to go to
mayonnaise.
Hawaii? I'm going to coach in that league that goes to Hawaii. We're going for second place every year.
They ought to move that bowl around.
Jeez. The Mayo Bowl?
No, no. I'm talking about like not move it, but location. I'm talking about give it, different.
Would you not want to be a guy sitting there? Let's don't win today.
Yeah, let's go to Hawaii.
Yeah. Ohio beats Wyoming 30.
I mean, we can't win the national title,
27.
so let's finish second.
In overtime. All right, JP, we'll take a break. We'll be right back. KDCBroadcasting.com.
There's no need for you to be cold this winter. Call Shelby Heating and Air and warm up to the savings on quality heating and air conditioning equipment. Right now, get a $750 instant rebate on select products from Shelby Heating and Air. Just call 704-487-7877 and ask also about their safety furnace checkup for just $99. That's Shelby Heating and Air. Online at shelbyheating.com. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too. There's no use to be cold this coming winter. Head on into Today's Pro in Shelby for warmth and comfort. From gas logs to fireplaces to inserts and more. With name brands like Empire, Monessen, and Buckstone. Be ready for old man winter today with a stop at Today's Pro in Shelby. And they also do service calls. And don't forget they fill those propane cylinders. Just call 704-600-8393. 704-600-8393. Today's Pro, 1325 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at thetodayspro.com.
Butler's Tire and Auto Service in Kings Mountain wants to help you out. Now, for a limited time, when you come in and mention this radio ad, take $20 off any $100 or more purchase. From automotive service repairs to tires, you save money. Again, mention this radio ad and take $20 off any $100 or more purchase. But hurry, offer ends soon at Butler Tire and Auto Service, 404 East King Street in Kings Mountain, right across from KFC. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too. What's the best way to explain the golf at Glen Oaks Golf Course in Maiden? It's world-class golf for the working class. Yes, golf is never better than it is at the Glen Oaks Golf Course in Maiden, with special programs for seniors, men, ladies, and juniors, plus a driving range, banquet facilities, and a swimming pool, picnic area, and more. For your tee time or other questions, call 828-428-2451. The Glen Oaks Golf Course, 245 Golf Course Road in Maiden. It's world class for the working class.
Golden Solutions Insurance in Shelby asks, have you had a major life event recently? Did you get married? Has your family had a baby? Has there been a death in your family? Did you move, or has there been a change in your income? Golden Solutions Insurance can help if you answered yes to any of these questions. Call us today to look at your options. For your health insurance, we represent major companies like Blue Cross Blue Shield, Aetna, and Better, and in Rutherford County, we represent United Healthcare. Call Claudia Vaughn today at Golden Solutions Insurance, 704-477-1426. That's 704-477-1426.
Here's good news from Medical Center Pharmacy in Cherryville and the Boston Pharmacy in Boston. Both locations now have flu shots available. Come get yours today so you'll feel good all winter long. For details, call Medical Center Pharmacy in Cherryville at 704-435-3263 or the Boston Pharmacy in Boston at 704-538-3021. Medical Center Pharmacy, 607 East Academy Street in Cherryville, and the Boston Pharmacy, Highway 18 North in Boston.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang. I want to remind the listeners about Shelby Heating and Air. Tom, why don't you tell them the phone number?
487-7877. Check them out online, shelbyheating.com, for all your heating and air needs.
JP, you know.
Let him have a chance to sit down.
Right, let him sit down. JP, how about look up the phone number yourself?
Listen.
At some point, working here.
JP, it's 704.
This is Zach.
I know the 704.
487-7877.
We're gonna have Zach. I'm gonna get Zach a little poster to hold. Have the phone number.
Oh, good Lord.
At least he knew Tom's name.
I'm gonna pull up Zach's.
He said, Tom, tell him the number.
Tom almost never had a chance to sit down.
No.
He's already
It's
throwing
okay.
it at him.
704-487-7877. It's
Good
not that
job.
hard to remember. I say it like 5-6 times every Saturday morning.
That's it.
JP.
But you do it so well. That's why I want you to say it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, I said Shelby Heating and Air, considering you hadn't sat down yet, but I waited until you sat down to tell you to say the number.
Hey,
You're a
Tom's
sweetheart.
going
Thank
to be at Marshall's and somebody's going to say,
Was that-
you do
was
the
that
Shelby
one-
Heating and Air.
Do you do the Shelby Heating and Air? Is that
Yeah,
you?
that's right.
Yes.
Was that one sentence, JP?
You need a new air conditioner.
Iowa and Kentucky
Air
today
conditioner.
playing the Music
Shelby
City
Heating and Air.
Bowl.
Need a new
Iowa-
heater?
Yeah.
I was favored
You
by
need it
2 in
maybe coming
Nashville.
up.
And,
Maybe you just need a service.
Yeah.
So
You
he
need a
got Tom.
repair. Give them a call.
It's awesome.
They'll come right out and help you today.
So who you got, Tom?
Who do I got?
Who we played it.
I don't know. Y'all were talking. Y'all didn't hear me ask which game it was.
Iowa and Kentucky.
Yeah, we're going with that one.
Well, I guess
Be a good game.
the Big Ten is perfect and remains perfect. Iowa defeats Kentucky.
Terry, who you got?
I can't take Iowa. You know where they're from. Kentucky.
Iowa?
I'm going to take Iowa.
Yeah. What happened to I ain't taking the
from.
kitty cats? What happened to that?
Well, these little kitty cats are going to roll this time.
Oh, well, Iowa has a hard time scoring points. They got Iowa as a slight favorite. But it's hard to pick these games because you don't know which little
who opted out?
Well, little Johnny's like, I might be a 4th round draft choice, so I'm not going to play.
Mm-hmm.
Go by Vegas, whatever they say. I mean, Alabama favored by 7 against Kansas State in the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans.
Alabama wins.
Yeah, Alabama.
Alabama. I hate to say it. Surprised the tickets are that low.
$11.
4
How
o'clock
about
today.
this? 202.
TCU and Michigan. Horny Frogs lost 1 game on the season. Michigan's favored by 7.5. Tickets $200. This game is in Arizona at State Farm Stadium. Is that the Cardinals Stadium now?
Yeah, see, but even though I hate Michigan, I'm not really sure. I thought
In the Fiesta Bowl.
the higher seeded team was supposed to have a geographical advantage, but I guess you
They
couldn't
don't
do
right
it.
now.
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
it's
they
a couple
did. Georgia
states.
got Atlanta.
Yeah,
That's
Georgia
why-
got Atlanta.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's,
That's fair.
oh, sure. Go in there and beat Georgia in the Georgia Dome. I think Michigan probably wins this game because of the way Michigan plays. I think it'd be close early. But I think, I heard one of the pundits on TV say it right. Like, Georgia and Michigan are very similar, but Georgia's a little better at it.
Yeah, they're 1A to 1B.
Defense, and running the football, physicality, which wears you out by the 4th quarter. And you saw that happen with Michigan and Ohio State. And I think that's probably what happens in the Ohio State-Georgia game today, and that's what's going to happen in the Michigan-TCU game. That being physical for 4 quarters, I mean, it's just, it's tough on a team that doesn't, gets tired of getting hit, gets tired of, tackling their running back. So I think that Michigan pulls away late.
I agree. Michigan wins at least by 2 touchdowns, 3 maybe.
According to the experts on the internet, it says Michigan's running game against TCU's base 3-3-5 defense will be the key in this game. Michigan average is the 3rd best rushing team in the nation. TCU is the 65th against the run in the nation. Some fun facts and figures. TCU is the first school from the state of Texas to reach the college football playoff, guys.
Wow, that's amazing.
The
Texas will
Horned
get
Frogs.
there if they can keep. I mean, it's just like the kid from Clemson's from Texas. Texas has just had a hard time keeping the talent in Texas.
Yeah.
With their own network now and all that, they should do a little bit better with that, shouldn't they? A lot of money in Texas.
Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
Michigan's only previous appearance in the Fiesta Bowl was 1986 when Harbaugh was the quarterback, Tommy. So,
Wow.
So he gets
That's interesting.
that's his home field advantage there.
It's hard to believe Harbaugh's 1-5.
He ran for 2 scores. Harbaugh is 1-5 in bowl games as Michigan coach.
Well, what's going to help out? What's helping out Michigan is he knows how to play that transfer portal because it's more akin to the pro game, free agents.
Yeah.
So he's done well in getting some guys to transfer in. I think they got a lineman from Virginia that was really good, helped that offensive line. So Michigan making a good use of the transfer portal. And, I know these recruiting rankings are going to come out every year, but how much do they mean? I mean, I think they still mean something, but they don't mean as much as they used to.
No.
Well, they don't mean as much as they used to.
So, as compared to as far as college basketball goes, I know it's probably easier to do in the basketball, but in the football stuff, why would you even recruit freshmen other than someone like a Drake May that can, like a quarterback or a standout
he's gonna
player
play,
who's going to
yeah,
play immediately?
Yeah.
Like if you're Alabama, Clemson, you wouldn't recruit those; you would just recruit a transfer portal
Yeah.
instead. That would be way better. I would rather have 20-year-olds transferring in than having the 19-year-olds and be bug-eyed at campus and whatever.
Yeah.
Unless you got a big armed guy or Maurice Claret or one of these big kids that you know is
step
gonna
in and
play.
play,
Yeah, he's
yeah.
gonna play. If he's playing today, I recruit you. But I'm not. If I'm one of these big schools in the top 10, I wouldn't recruit a single player that I didn't think from high school wouldn't recruit them that I didn't think could play immediately. It'd be a waste of time, wouldn't it, for them? Because if you get there, you're not gonna play. Whoever transfers in is gonna play in front of you.
Yeah.
So,
On the flip side of that, for the small schools, if they hit big on somebody, they know they're going to lose them.
Yeah.
I mean, if those guys go
So-
and ball out, they're going to lose them.
on the big schools, so like say Carolina and State, Terry, I think the kids can can stay there and work hard and keep spots, because you see like Carolina, they'll leave.
Mm-hmm.
But at Alabama and stuff, if you're not are starting that first year, you might as well get out of there. Because they're going to replace. They're going to play. If you can't start,
they're going to bring another
freshman,
5-star
year. There's new starters coming in immediately, either transfer or bring in. So I do see a lot of those guys coming out. So the NC States, the Carolinas of the world, they need to hit the transfer porters of
the bigger
They
schools.
need to hit the bigger schools.
Yeah.
They need to be begging
be
the
a
Michigan and the Alabama kids, like, here, get out of there, come here and play.
But you're not allowed to do that until they enter the portal.
You think they're
right? Well, right.
Yeah.
Well, supposedly.
You think they're going to wind up having to put a cap on probably how many people you can do that with? They might already have one. I don't know.
No, there won't be like that. You got a certain number of scholarships, and that's what you get. But there should be. I know Terry kind of mentioned this before, and we kind of brought it up. If you're getting paid a certain amount, you probably don't need a scholarship. So I think they should wipe those out and give those to the kids that are on the team that
walk on.
Any of the walk-ons and stuff that don't have the scholarships. Like if you're there needs to be something. If you're making over $500,000, you don't need a scholarship. Flat out. Sorry, you can pay your classes that you're going to take for 2 years or 1 year, then leave.
Yeah, but
You
they're
pay
not
your
going to do
10,000.
that. You know for sure they're not going to do that. If it's a $500,000 and I'm making clear profit and somebody else is paying for everything else, that's what I want. If I have to do the opposite, oh well, I might transfer somebody else.
No, I'm saying the
take care.
NCAA. No, I'm saying the
have to make the rule.
NCAA.
Needs to do
It's not
that.
going to be individually at all. No. It's definitely going to be. I'm saying the NCAA might come up with some crazy thing like that, but they don't have any power anyway. They're trying to get out of that. All right. So predictions for this one, guys. Michigan by 7.5.
That's a big spread.
Well, I think they'll win by more.
That's a good indication for all you gamblers to take TCU out there.
65 degrees. TCU is the first team in NCAA history to win 7 straight games by less than 10 points.
Don't bode well for them.
Over under is 58. Terry, they going over that?
Oh, they'll go over that.
That sounds a little low, don't it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Game time weather, 64 degrees in Glendale, Arizona. Tom, you got the Wolverines or the Corn Frogs?
Well, even though I despise that man, I think they'll win. I mean, he's made them Michigan again. I'll give him credit for that.
I got my score 45-14.
What's the only bowl game he won? It's a
I
crappy bowl. It's a crappy
have
bowl.
no
wasn't it?
idea.
You know how you don't watch Duke?
Yeah.
I don't watch Michigan. I don't. I just refuse to watch. I'll like keep up with who their good players are. I just will not watch a Michigan football game. I just won't do it.
Let's see. Michigan bowl history. The last few years, his win was a 23-20. No. That was Brady Hoke. Citrus Bowl, Florida, 41-7 in 2016. So Harbaugh and Michigan have not won the bowl since 2016, guys.
It's been a while.
I told you we killed him and y'all let him back in. Ohio State, Georgia. Ohio State with 1 loss to that Michigan team. Georgia favored by 6 in this game. Pull up the preview for the folks at home. If you're listening on the radio, we do this show live on YouTube. We'll bring up some stats and other things you can see on the interweb.
This will be another 2 or 3 touchdown victory.
Dog front, defensive front, even after losing 3 players in the first round of the NFL draft, has allowed Georgia to keep the heat on opposing quarterbacks without the need of a lot of blitzing. That would be the key to get Stroud and the Buckeyes, who feature a pair of 1,000-yard receivers. Home field advantage, of course, goes to the Pro Bulldogs crowd at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, 75 miles from Athens. Georgia's 3rd appearance of the season at the stadium. So they've been there before here this year, Tom. Ohio State, see if it's a quarterback duel. Any other news than this, really? 56 degrees, but it doesn't matter. They're in the dome, obviously. Georgia's favored by 6. Line in this one, 62.5 in Atlanta. All right, Tommy, give us your.
Well, like I said, I think it'll be close early, and then I think Georgia pulls away in the second half because the same thing's going to happen to them that happened against Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Unless the way Ohio State wins this game is they just go out there and score a bunch of points. Now, they talk about that defensive front, but for a long time, Kevin, they had a hard time getting sacks. They were like last in the SEC until that, I think maybe the Tennessee game. So, yeah, I'm not so sure. I think you can throw on them, and that's our strength. I mean, no Travion Henderson. He's not going to play. No Smith and Jigba. He's not going to play. So, I mean, that hurts. But I think Ohio State will score enough early to keep it close, and then I don't know that defense against the run in the second half. I just don't trust them in the second half.
How many points do you think they score?
They'll score in the 20s. Yeah, I think they'll get in the 20s. They'll score at least 3 touchdowns. Terry, you haven't watched them play. You don't know.
We don't know.
They've got Marvin
Here's
Harrison
the problem
Jr.
with this. This is the reason I hate this, because to me today, and how would I put it, a bullcrap day, that's how I'm going to pull it. Because you got 2 teams that shouldn't even be in it, are in it.
Then who should?
Well, it should be a conference champion. It shouldn't be 2
Clemson?
teams who did
So
not.
let's put Clemson
I don't
in
care
there.
right now.
Let's put Clemson in there. Got dog last night.
Well,
by
they
Tennessee.
might
Let's
have,
put
but
them
them guys who didn't play for them last night would have probably played today.
That's gonna fix the problem.
If you're playing for a national championship, them guys who opt out maybe or stay in.
Who opted out for Clemson?
You know what I'm saying?
Who
I'm just
opted out
saying.
for-
I'm just saying. That's how it goes.
Well, answer the question. Who opted out for Clemson?
So
Shipley was there. Their stud recruit was there. Their freshman wide receiver was. I don't understand who opted out for Clemson.
You got two teams
Still
that did
haven't answered
not
the question,
win.
has he?
No, I don't have to answer that question.
Yeah,
you got
you do.
2 teams that didn't win a championship that are in this thing.
Well,
That's how come this is
I
no
agree
good
with
for
you there.
the college football period.
So you're saying these
Last
aren't gonna,
time Ohio
these
State
aren't gonna
got
be
in it,
competitive
what happened
games.
to them?
These
They
are-
got blown out.
Last time they got in it, they beat Clemson to advance to the final.
You know what I'm saying.
If you remember that, they beat Clemson to advance to the final. But I know you have selective memory. But you're saying this is going to be a bad Saturday because the games won't be competitive. So let's put Clemson in there, and it's going to no. That's not what your argument. Your argument is these aren't going to be competitive games. It's going to be boring. So I think if you put Clemson in there, what's the difference going to be? Who else was another champion that should be in there? USC.
Yep.
So you put USC in there. What do you think's going to happen against Georgia?
That's not the deal. See, I don't know. We're arguing deserving. You're arguing is what might happen.
Yeah.
That's what he said. But he said it's not going to be any good because these are going to be 3 touchdown games.
That's true too.
That's
what I'm saying.
I don't think it's going to matter who.
And it'd have been
who
3
puts them
touchdown games if you put the conference champions in. So
Yeah,
you'd
but
have
I
still
would
had
rather
more.
have a champion against a champion than a champion against no
Who
champion.
did USC have to play in the bowl? I didn't even.
I don't know.
Did we even mention them when I was going through scores? I don't understand.
Not today.
Terry, who's
I mean,
USC
I'm
playing in the bowl?
They're
Who
playing
is-
New Year's Day, aren't they?
Yeah, is that a New Year's Day bowl? USC.
I do not know. See?
I did not see that.
Yeah.
That
Well,
was
there's your stats
Tom's pulling
on the
up.
board here on YouTube. Ohio State's averaging 44, Georgia 39. Ohio State's giving up 19, Georgia 12. So
Ohio State does come nowhere close to 44.
so it should be Georgia 29.
It's combined 44, right?
Huh?
What'd you say, 44?
No, that's what the
Ohio
average
State
again.
averages 44 again.
Tulane.
Oh, okay, my fault. Okay.
Tulane.
Tulane. Yeah,
That's
they play
awful.
Tulane.
They're conference champion.
Yeah, well,
The only who you talking about? TCU's loss?
USC's
Or
playing
US
Tulane.
Oh, they're playing Tulane. Yeah, 2 conference champions get to play each other. That's more of a bowl game than these games, aren't they, Terry?
I agree.
What are these playing games? Is that what these are? Georgia, Clemson, Tennessee was
When
the
do
other
they go
part
to
of the
12? When
bracket?
do they go to 12?
2 years from now.
2 years from now.
At
You
least
mean the
we'll-
Alabama Invitational?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's all it should be called. They're not. There's no way they're not.
they're
in it.
never not going to mess it
There is
now.
no way,
Unless Nikki
in
retires.
the history of the world, that they are not in the top 12.
He
every
ain't going to
year.
retire. What
And
else
that's
is he
fine.
gonna do?
I mean, that's fine if they are in it, but you also have that opportunity of them getting beat, and you'll love that time. You know what I'm saying? I love it because, hey, go ahead and put them in.
When they
over
go to
here.
12, is that going to make it 3 games, like 2 playing games, or somebody have a
I think
bye?
the
They'll
top
probably
four-
buy.
top four will have
It'll be
Yeah.
like the old NFL.
Yeah, because they don't want to add games.
That'd be
you
the
know?
old NFL.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the top
brackets.
4 will have buys.
Right.
That's doable.
And Tom, I hope it's a great game. I do. I hope y'all come ready to play.
Well,
I have
they're-
seen y'all play Michigan when y'all absolutely quit on your home field.
I've already conceded that.
Yeah, on your home field, and you got blown out.
I've conceded that. And
You
I
get
told
behind
you,
down in Georgia, Georgia's gonna nail you.
Well, I'm not disputing that. What I'm disputing is you saying this is going to be a lousy game.
It is.
So let's
Both of them.
So let's put Clemson in there, and it's still going to be a lousy game.
The,
but you're more deserving of this butt whooping than the other team.
So the silver lining for Ohio State fans is Georgia has not been that reliable.
You can throw on.
No, they haven't in big games.
I'm talking about over the years. If they choked, I wouldn't be surprised. But this is the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Everything's going for them. All the pressure's on them. They're undefeated.
At home.
Ohio State get Marvin Harrison deep early, might scare them. 62 points is the over-under. Terry, you taking the over-under on that?
I don't think it'll be 62.
Mm-hmm.
I got another one of them games where I'm saying it's like 45-14, so I'm going to say under. I mean, Ohio State, if they score 20, that's a good game for them.
I don't know, Terry. They got some guys that can score.
Well, LSU scored 30 on them, but they gave up 50. Yeah. So,
yeah.
I mean,
LSU was, you talk about helter-skelter. I mean, look what happened to them at home against Tennessee.
Yeah, I just hope the game doesn't start like that game did, where everybody was, LSU's going to do whatever. Then all of a sudden, Georgia blocks a punt and the ball lays there and the guy picks it up and goes 80-some yards for a touchdown going the opposit way.
According to
hope your guys are ready for all the little things that might happen in a game.
According to the averages, it should be 29-27 Georgia over Ohio State. Picks, Tommy?
I've already said Georgia's probably going to win this game.
Terry?
Georgia.
Zach?
I'm going with Georgia.
I'll go Bulldogs on this one, and JP going Bulldogs as well, I guess. All right, we'll see. We'll be back in a minute. KTCBroadcasting.com.
There's no need for you to be cold this winter. Call Shelby Heating and Air and warm up to the savings on quality heating and air conditioning equipment. Right now, get a $750 instant rebate on select products from Shelby Heating and Air. Just call 704-487-7877 and ask also about their safety furnace checkup for just $99. That's Shelby Heating and Air. Online at shelbyheating.com. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too. Carolina Federal Credit Union in Cherryville is ready to help you spread more holiday cheer. Whether you're looking for a Christmas personal loan, low-rate auto loan, consolidating a debt for the new year, to open a savings account for a loved one, Carolina Federal Credit Union has got you covered. Visit them online at carolinafcu.org or at their branch at 1200 East Church Street in Cherryville. They treat you like family because you are. It's time to go picking at Gaston Pickers in Gastonia. They are now open Wednesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. till 6 p.m., Sunday afternoons from 1 to 5. Come check it all out. 28,000 square feet of vendors with antiques, collectibles, furniture, and more. And vendor space is available by calling 704-852-7055. Check out some of the booths at whatsupshopper.com and online at gastonpickers.net. Like them on Facebook too. Gaston Pickers, 503 Long Avenue in Gastonia, or exit 19 off I-85. Congratulations to Gaston Pickers, celebrating 10 years of business. There's nothing like cash in your pocket, especially if you can turn your scrap into cash with the help of Gaston Used Auto Parts and Recycling in Gastonia. For over 25 years, this locally family-owned and operated business has been giving some of the best prices for scrap. They take tungsten scrap carbide, as well as stainless steel, aluminum, copper, and brass. Need help? Gaston Used Auto Parts and Recycling will supply you with a roll-off container to help make your recycling easy. Turn your scrap into cash with the help of Gaston Used Auto Parts and Recycling. 305 Dogwood Street in Gastonia. Call 704-827-9468. Online at GastonUsedAutoPartsAndRecycling.com.
Check out the Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday after 4 p.m. specials at Love's Fish Box in Kings Mountain. On Tuesday, it's Alaskan whitefish with all the trimmings for $7.99. On Wednesdays, it's beef tips with choice of potato and salad for $10.95. And on Thursday, it's an 8-ounce hamburger steak with choice of potato for $7.99. And don't forget about their daily lunch specials too. Love's Fish Box, 1104 Shelby Road in Kings Mountain, open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. till 9 p.m.
The 2022 model year-end clearance sale continues at Country Camping Corner in Kings Mountain. You don't save hundreds, you save thousands of dollars. Right now, save big on the new Viking Ultra Light travel trailers, under 3,000 pounds, and most are priced less than $20,000. And be sure to take a look at the 2022 model year-end clearance price on the Prowler travel trailers too. Again, you save thousands during this special sales event. Country Camping Corner, 101 Oak Grove Road at the Highway 74 bypass intersection in Kings Mountain. It's a blowout of a sale.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang.
And brought to you by Shelby Heating and Air. Give them a call, 704-487-7877. Check them out online, shelbyheating.com, for all your heating and air needs.
All right, last year's real quick portal transfers. This is the teams that got the most transferred players. And if you do remember Mac Brown's comment, the Pittsburgh comment coach this week was both of them saying that the teams that are getting all the transfer players are the ones that are offering the most money. It's easy to figure out. Number one team, Terry, who's the number one team?
I figure it's Alabama.
USC.
Oh, really? Well, I can understand that.
Los Angeles money out there.
I can see that.
And number two, y'all would never
Riley.
guess right now, but yeah, you'd probably guess once I say the name. And a lot of underhanded stuff probably going on here. Ole Miss is number two. It was transfer players. They had 17 players last year. USC had 20. So you're getting a whole new. Like I said, why would you recruit freshmen if you can get 20 sophomores and juniors?
And with Lincoln Riley coming in, that probably affected it.
LSU third.
Another coach transfer.
Yeah.
Alabama 4. Texas 5. Oklahoma 6. Nebraska 7th. South Carolina 8th. UCLA 9th. And Miami 10th. We were top 10 teams where players
and a lot of those teams like South Carolina, why are they competitive again?
Right.
You know, so you could tell that teams that can take advantage of that transfer portal, they don't have to wait. You don't have to rebuild for 6 years.
They got
anymore.
9 players, so they got 9 sophomores and juniors as opposed to 9.
How many did UCLA get?
13.
And they lost. Yeah. Good. I'm glad they lost.
That's good. That's good, Terry.
Well, I'm just telling you, they come dead state wrong last year.
They lost.
And so they
Well,
went
Miami
yesterday
had
against another
11.
ACC team and lost.
Miami had 11. I expect honestly, Miami, with all their former NFL players, those guys got together, put together a fund or something. In Miami, that school will return to the best.
Yeah, sometimes they got to get a powerhouse
very
again.
quickly. As soon as Nick Saban's gone or whatever they're doing with all the funny money, Miami with the NFL players they used to have, if they'll put something together, they should be able to easily get back into competition with the money. I mean, come on. I'm going to go get paid and live in Miami? Yeah, I'm going there.
I'm surprised that
you go there in Tuscaloosa, Tommy.
I don't know. You might get shot in Miami.
Hell, at least there'll be pretty women around.
Yeah, pretty women while you get shot.
That's fine.
I've been to Tuscaloosa. It's a toilet. I would definitely probably, if I was a young man, I'd rather be in Miami. Tuscaloosa is just.
There's more gold teeth in Miami than real teeth in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Sorry.
Tuscaloosa just needs to be flattened and rebuilt. I mean, it's just terrible. But I mean, I was there. It's been a while since I've been there. Maybe they've done some stuff down there.
All right. That was our college football mess for a little bit. Real quick, we'll do a little college basketball before we got a couple of small hits on the other sports.
Carolina draws back into the top 25 and comes around and gets beat.
And we got a number 1 recruit coming in.
Who does? Carolina?
Yeah, got one of the a 5-star coming in.
Why? I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. And don't get me wrong.
Why?
Well, I'm not a Carolina fan.
We've established.
You know what I'm saying?
Why?
I'm not. But here's the
UCLA's dead to him.
UCLA, good.
We got a 5-star recruit.
Destroyed.
Destroyed. They will be destroyed.
North Carolina.
But here we are.
He needs to be a villain in some movie. You will be destroyed.
Well, here's the problem.
That
Don't get
new
me
Lex
wrong.
Luthor.
Davis has done, he's done a great job last year, and he's doing a great job this year. But somehow along this way, and now maybe Pittsburgh's better because they are unbeaten in the ACC. But, when you start thinking of the ACC in basketball, there's Clemson. They still unbeaten and in the ACC. So your top-tier teams are not as elite as they should be. Carolina should never have no trouble. They are 11 deep on that team, and somewhere along this line, either Davis is not getting the right guys in at the right time, or he's making subs at the wrong time.
Davis doesn't sub.
No, well,
and they can't hit a three.
But I mean, the problem is this: if you got another 5-star guy coming in, wait till the end of the year. They're going to be 2 or 3 of these guys who's going to opt out. Say, I'm going somewhere else. I'm not staying here because I'm not getting any playing time.
Decommit.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen here. I mean, maybe Carolina fans look at it in a different way, saying, "Oh no, he'll be able to keep them." No, you're not. If somebody like I ain't gonna say Gonzaga or somebody like that, but you take another top tier team like Kentucky or somebody else that's up there at the top, Florida or somebody, whoever, they're gonna pull them guys in. Like, you're gonna come here and you're gonna start. And that's what's going to happen because, I mean, I was very well surprised that Carolina lost yesterday. I knew State lost to Pittsburgh at the start of the year, and I was like, they didn't look that good to me, but they beat us. So, but I know Carolina's an up and better team, and that's how I put it. Carolina is a whole lot more qualified team to play in college basketball than State is right now. And for Carolina to lose all these games that they have.
Well, I look at the box score, and Caleb Love shouldn't have 7 points, Terry. That's why I got beat. He had 7 points.
Well, he's another guy that comes and goes
every game.
Yeah, he comes and goes.
In the tournament, how'd they win?
Yeah, you're going to get a double-double from Baycott.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to happen.
Baycott got 22 and 13.
He's going to get double. He's a double-double machine. Yeah. He's coming.
Yeah, he killed Ohio State.
Caleb Love is either on or off.
Yeah,
if he's on, then they can beat anybody. If he's not, then 7 points isn't going to do it.
And he didn't shoot a lot
He
either.
only shot 9 times. R.J. Davis shot more than him.
Ohio State had like double digits on him twice, and Baycott kept him in it by himself.
Yeah.
Two of their biggest issues is two of their players that play a lot. One of them's named Leaky, and the other named Puff.
And we don't have Teen Wolf.
No more Teen Wolf.
That hurt.
So, he's in the pros now, isn't he? Teen Wolf playing pro ball.
Yeah, it hurt us not to have him.
Yeah, but I just think it's hard that when you lost Kessler a few years back to Auburn, but then you come back and beat him. I'm happy when a guy leaves and then you go beat him. And that's what Carolina did to him, just like State with Bates. Bates goes to Butler, State has to play Butler, and we beat them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, good job, buddy. Stay over there. But, that's how it is. Go over there and play your losing season with them. But, I just think that they've got too much talent there at Carolina, and I just think that's at the end of the year, you're going to see a lot of transfers coming away from her.
Manick is with the Perth Wildcats in Australia.
Okay. I thought I saw him on an NBA.
I did too.
He
might have been
NBDL.
That's probably what it was.
He was undrafted. He joined the Charlotte Hornets Summer League team.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, something like that. I remember it because the news was talking about it.
Well, if you can't make the Charlotte Hornets, you're not making the NBA.
They won the other night. P.J. Washington had 25.
Right. Well,
don't
change the subject, Tom. I know how you like to do that. We're in the middle of college basketball, and
you brought it up, not me.
I just said where he was. If he can't make them, Bradley Manick is.
Look at the ACC at the top. You see teams up there that should not be there. Pittsburgh, Clemson.
Why shouldn't they be there?
Why should they?
Maybe they're having a good year, Terry.
Well, yeah, they are right now.
Pittsburgh's 10-4, undefeated in the conference.
Yeah. Give them some, it doesn't have to be Carolina every year. Doesn't have to be.
There's another Duke person leading now, though. There you go.
What's that?
Another Duke grad leading that team.
What's Krzyzewski doing now?
He's probably over there helping everybody.
All right, JP,
doing anything?
When we come back, we'll talk NBA. We'll let you and Tom got to talk some NBA. We'll be right back. KDCBroadcast.com.
What is Krzyzewski doing?
There's no need for you to be cold this winter. Call Shelby Heating and Air and warm up to the savings on quality heating and air conditioning equipment. Right now, get a $750 instant rebate on select products from Shelby Heating and Air. Just call 704-487-7877 and ask also about their safety furnace checkup for just $99. That's Shelby Heating and Air. Online at shelbyheating.com. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too.
For over 60 years, Boyd Tire and Appliance has been serving the Clover and surrounding area with the finest quality of home appliances, televisions, lawn equipment and parts, tires, and more. They feature in-house financing with 90 days same as cash, and they service what they sell. Drop by their showroom at 110 North Main Street in Clover, open 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday. Call 803-222-3231 for Boyd Tire and Appliance and Boyd Lawn and Garden. Online at BoydTireandAppliance.com.
When's the best time to buy a new car? December 26th through December 31st at Classic Volkswagen in Gastonia. Mention this radio ad and take $1,000 off. That's right, $1,000 off when you mention this radio ad. Hey, that's not all. Pay zero money down and zero money down on a lease. Come in for all the details, plus big savings on pre-owned vehicles too. Offer ends December 31st at Classic Volkswagen, 4417 Wilkinson Boulevard, Gastonia. Online at classicvwgastonia.com.
It's time to head to the mountains. Crowder's Mountain Golf Course, that is. Come and play in the shadows of beautiful Crowder's Mountain. Play and ride 18 holes Monday through Friday for just $30, and after 1 p.m., only $27. Play and ride weekends for $40, and after 1 p.m., only $35. Monday is Ladies' Day. Ladies play and ride for $20, and seniors play and ride Monday through Friday for only $27. Call for your tee times at 704-739-7681. Located at 255 Lincoln Academy Road off Highway 74 west of Gastonia.
Plumbing problems? Well, if you're not an expert plumber, then we invite you to call the Expert Plumbers. That's Olmsted Plumbing in Forest City. Just call 828-245-7302. Recommended since 1973. From faucets to sinks to toilets, from sewer and drains to well pumps, from dishwashers to disposals to bathroom remodeling, residential and commercial, new homes too. Don't let your plumbing problems drive you plumb crazy. Call Olmsted Plumbing in Forest City, 828-245-7302, or visit the website at olmstedplumbing.com. What's the best gift certificate you can get? A Captain's Cap Family Fish House gift certificate, of course. For those on your Christmas shopping list, give them a gift certificate from the Captain's Cap Family Fish House. And once again, they were voted the best of the best by the people of Gaston County. And they're celebrating their 41st year in business. And they have several employment opportunities, too. Get your Christmas gift certificate today from the Captain's Cap Family Fish House, 3140 Linwood Road in Gastonia, online at thecaptainscap.com.
The Captain's Cap will be closed December 24th and 25th for Christmas.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang.
And it's brought to you by Shelby Heating and Air. Give them a call, 704-487-7877. Check them out online, shelbyheating.com, for all your heating and air needs.
Now, CJP, look, if you'll go to a NBA basketball game, you can meet a stormtrooper. But no, you sit in here and don't know who Zachy is. He could introduce you to a storm. This guy man right here could introduce you to a stormtrooper.
I've already met a stormtrooper.
You've already met a stormtrooper? Did you meet that stormtrooper? Do you know that one's number?
No, of course
no,
not.
Then you don't know that one. This one might be force sensitive.
There are multiple.
He might be looking.
I met someone from the 501st Legion.
He might be looking to run away. He might be force sensitive.
It was Star Wars night, and Kevin didn't go.
Yeah. Kevin had basketball practice.
We're talking about practice, man.
I have to teach the younger generation, Tom.
Practice, man.
But tell us about Star Wars night, Tom.
Oh, it was fun, you know. They had stormtroopers walking around. They had Star Wars trivia for like free tickets and things like that. So it was kind of cool. And Oklahoma City Thunder came to town. And don't ask me the names of any of their players because I don't know. But P.J. Washington had a great night. I mean, hit some threes.
I think LaMelo played decent, didn't he?
LaMelo had 20 and 10, over 20 and 10. I think 25 and 10. P.J. Washington had similar night. So they look pretty good. Rozier didn't score a whole lot, but Ball and Washington carried them, and it was back and forth. It was close the whole game. Charlotte pulled away there in the fourth quarter and got a much needed win because they, let's just say, they've not had a very good year. But there was a lot of people there. I mean, I guess the kids were out of school, so they got some $5 tickets and went out to the Hornets game. But it was good. And guess who I sat next to? A family from Shelby.
I wonder how, Tom.
No, I'm sitting there talking, Wait a minute. Oh, okay. That's right. That's right. That's right. I wasn't thinking. Brain went dead there for a second. Oh yeah. But yeah, I was sitting next to a family from Shelby, of course. Yeah, I guess they won tickets.
Oh my God!
I didn't even think about that.
They're sitting in the tickets you turned down.
Oh my God!
That's right. That's right.
Oh my goodness.
He played football with my brother.
Yeah.
And so he knew my brother, and the kids actually live in the Burns district. So it was a small world because they heard us talking about Shelby because I'm with my old high school buddies and we're talking about Shelby and all that. So, well, are y'all from Shelby? It's like, yeah, we are. So it's like, oh, wait a minute. All those are the radio tickets. Okay. Now I get it. I didn't even, I had a JP moment.
Like that picture.
I had a JP moment. Yep.
Oh, goodness. Well,
what the radio station does is do charitable.
We don't get y'all's mind swiped around here whenever y'all
I
walk
got
out the
mind
door.
swiped. Yep.
All right. Well, speaking of this, the game that Tom went to, Hornets won 121-113 over the Oklahoma City Thunder, who have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on their team, who had 28 points, Tom. He's the one that we drafted and traded away to Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Gordon Hayward 10.
Go back up
Plumlee
there.
14.
Go back up to the
Oklahoma.
So they have Jay Williams and Jao Williams.
Probably Jalen.
Are they brothers? No?
There's 2 Jalen Williams.
That's awesome.
They're both Jalen Williams.
Just spelled different.
That's great.
Wow.
Santa Clara.
That's awesome.
They should fire the GM for that.
Or cut that guy.
I mean,
who
like,
had zero.
Jalen Williams got 20 and 10 today. Which one?
I'd cut the guy who had 0.
Yeah, Washington
one
had 20.
14, the other one had 0.
Washington
I know this one's getting cut.
Washington had 25 and 10 rebounds, and LaMelo Ball had 27, and he had 10 rebounds and 9. He almost had a triple double.
So if you'll watch, I don't know if I know you went and watched him, but Terry will agree with me on LaMelo. What he does on defense, Tom, is nothing. And he'll stand in the lane waiting to get those rebounds like Russell Westbrook, trying to pad his stats.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's not like he's in there boxing out Imiku Okoro and Jalen Williams and Gidney over here. He's just standing in the lane chasing down, and they're Russell Westbrook in these stats, and he's not guarding anybody. So there's a reason they give they're 10 and 26.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he had 27.
Yeah,
27.
Yeah, good for him. They beat the Thunder, and they ruined a chance to draft his replacement.
Well, sometimes
True
I
or
wonder,
false? Would they not be better off going into this draft trading LaMelo?
what could they get for him?
Top 3 pick.
Yeah, but you know how those.
Who's not giving us a top 3 pick? We can get in the first one because Wembanyama.
So you're saying wait till they draw the ping pong balls and then make a trade?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you know, like, don't you know?
We might
bit
accidentally get
before?
the number 1 for the first time in team history, which is not going to happen. You know, it's not. But here's right now, looking at the 3 worst records in the NBA. I think it's Detroit, Charlotte, and Houston will have the all the most ping pong balls. Basically, I'll have a 15% chance of winning.
We won't. We'll get 3.
That's what I was saying. Charlotte to come out with number 3.
We might. No, you didn't. We could end up 4 or 5. You could go move down.
even
Somebody
worse.
moves up. If somebody moves up, somebody's got to move out. So you all know what's better. We're going to end up with the 4th pick. No, we'll probably end up with the 2nd one because anytime there's a life-changing pick, we end up with the one behind it. So Shaq, we get
fails.
the next one. Dwight Howard, we get the next one. Anthony Davis, we get the next one. Every time. So with Wembanyama going 1, we're getting the 2. Write it down. We got the 2. And we're going to blow it. I don't even know who else to pick. Who else can we pick? Who? What's the mock draft? Y'all know anything?
I don't even know other than that Wembanyama guy.
Well, looking out west real quick in the standings, Pelicans in first, Nuggets in second, Memphis Clippers, Kings, and Luka Doncic's Dallas Mavericks. What a performance the other night. Did y'all see that one?
60 points.
60, 20, and 10. Is that his first 60-point triple-double? Is that what it was? or 60-20,
60-20, I think.
60-20. Just ridiculous. Phoenix 7, Portland 8, Golden State 9, Utah 10, Minnesota 11, Oklahoma City 12, and Lakers. So LeBron this week deleted a tweet that said they'll never not miss the playoffs again.
Probably a good idea to delete that.
Turned his ankle and he went back and deleted the tweet. What if you were on his team, Tom, and the guy deletes a tweet saying we're not going to miss the playoffs, and you still got 40 games to play? How do you feel about that?
He just needs to give it up. Just give it up.
I don't know. He had a lot last night.
47.
47 on his birthday.
Yeah, he's there for one reason: to get that number 1 points.
I'm convinced that 10 years from now we're going to have a story on LeBron's HGH in Germany usage or something.
Yeah, sure.
Elon Musk or somebody's going to break the Twitter files or something of that. Like he's come out and said, I spend $2 million a year on my health or my body. Like, what does that even mean when the other players in the NBA aren't even making $2 million? So what are they doing? What are you doing different that costs $2 million? Come on now. And he goes to Germany every summer. Every summer. What's he doing in Germany?
Yeah, I think some of that World War II experiments left over.
Him and
using
Kyrie
that technology. Yeah, I guess.
So, and the East, of course, Charlotte's not dead last. They're next to last. Giving up 117 a game, Tom.
That's a lot.
Only Detroit at 118. San Antonio at 120. Like, once Tim Duncan retired and Kawhi demanded a trade, Popovich just gave up totally. Like,
it shows that.
Why have they not just they got it? They need
It shows
to
that it's the same thing happened with Belichick. These coaches are riding the coattails of the players, and they ain't as good as they think they are. We saw it when Popovich coached the Olympic team that got smoked.
Was he the one that got beat by Ginobili?
I believe it was.
Was he coaching that team?
I believe he was.
Makes sense. Boston's in first, Milwaukee, Brooklyn, second, third, Cleveland's hanging around there in fourth, Philly 5, Indiana 6, Miami 7. And that is the play-in teams. Miami, New York 7, 8, 9, and 10. Chicago on the outside looking in. Raptors, Wizards, Magic, Hornets, and Pistons. Did you see the Bobo Space Jam dunk?
No.
That's what they're calling it. He did the stretch and not dunk. You know, like Blake Griffin threw one in one time. That's kind of what it looked like
In the dunk contest.
Boston, Milwaukee, Brooklyn. Any other news and notes, comments, guys? On your?
I'll tell you, Brooklyn's getting it together though.
They
might
are.
be the best team in the East because I watched them against Cleveland and Durant and when Durant and Kyrie are playing well, they're going to be hard to beat, man.
Said this first time they had a 10-game winning streak since Kyrie was 14. That's bad.
Kyrie.
The what's that?
First 10-game winning streak they've had since Kyrie was 14 years old.
The Nets?
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, they when they're playing well, I think they're the best team in the East. I think they'll
second.
What's that?
They're second.
To Boston?
Yeah.
Boston is the only team that beat them. Boston's the last team that beat them.
No,
So,
I'm just
Here you
saying.
go, Tom. I'll bring you the Space Jam dunk.
What did he jump over and throw it down in it?
Kind of, sort of, yeah. Just, you know, he's an elastic rubber band here. Yeah. So watch this.
And wow.
Did he flex?
Yeah,
He got him
flex.
muscles.
Wow.
I'll show that again. It's just like the pause on this. See how high he gets, and the guy guarding him. Just watch how high he is. All right, the guy guarding him could touch the top of the white square, Terry, and the ball is 6 inches above his hands.
Yep, that's up there. That's what 11 feet at least. 12.
Terry, do you know how tall the square is or how big the square is? I have no idea.
No.
I have no idea the dimensions of the square on the backboard. But the defender's fingers are pretty much at the top of the square or
Is the top of the backboard 12 feet?
No, it's bigger than that.
Okay.
It's got to be 14 feet, don't it,
Think-
Terry? If the goal's 10, it's got to be
It's
3
gotta
or
be
4
14
feet.
or 15.
Yeah, it's got to be 3 or 4 feet at the top of the backboard. So I would say that's probably a foot and a half, probably the top of the square, maybe, Terry, 12, 13 feet, top of the square, something like that. It's got to be at least 12. It's at least a foot. But anyway, I just said that one was pretty good.
I want you to go back to. Can you rewind that back?
On the defender, how bad that was.
I want to tell
he just let him go by, did he not?
I don't understand what the heck he was doing.
He thought he was going to shoot to three. And
he just like stepped out of his way.
No, look at this.
Watch.
He didn't even know it.
He never saw him. He got bumped.
He didn't even know he was there.
He was trying
The side view was a little different. It looked like he just let him go by.
He was trying. I hit a.
Okay.
He was trying to take the off.
Well, that looks better than what it was.
There's
Okay.
Tom's hero.
I just like giving you a hard time. Boom, splash. Look at that. Instagram likes. Like it.
We can win the Instagram game.
I will say this. The young crowd does. They love LaMelo Ball.
Oh, yeah.
The young crowd loves him. I mean, is what it is.
There's a reason they can't vote.
What do you mean? 18, 19, 20-year-olds.
Oh, you're talking about that young crowd?
They like him.
Well, they're idiots.
That shows you why we got the problems we got.
It's so here's what Terry was talking about. Let me go back down to the corner. So the guy guarding the ball gets chest bumped. He gets spun, looks at the ref, never sees the ball. Ball goes right.
That's right.
He's looking on the side view. It looked like he let him go by.
Right, but
Like, I'm not getting away with that.
Well, that's what these guys are always doing. They're always looking at the refs.
Right.
Like, they want a foul and everything. It's just play, man. Gosh almighty. Everything's a foul. Everything's a foul. And if it's not, then we have to stare down the ref. I mean, I wouldn't ref basketball for love or money, man. It's just stupid. Everything you do, they just sit there and look at you. Oh, why isn't that a foul? Why?
And so it's honestly, Terry, you've ref basketball and coached. It's the ref's fault if you let them talk. The more you let me talk, the more I'm going to talk.
Yeah, it's going to get worse.
Yeah.
It's continuously going to get worse.
Now, I know this
That's
is
just like at the start. If you start calling fouls just by, like, you can't touch, then you'll have the whole game to yourself. But if you let something get by, then it continues, and then it continues. Then by then, you got people mad and everybody hollering
I've said
at
things
you.
to refs that I probably should have been teched, but weren't, because the other guys said way worse than I ever did. Because I learned by example. The best players on the court said some crazy things to referees, and I'm like, well, if they can say that, I can at least say, what I think about this guy's hands on my hand checking me or doing this or that. But I think it's the NBA refs they just let them jaw too much. I know they're grown men playing the game, trying to let them do this stuff, but if they'd shut it down quicker, wouldn't it, Terry?
To me, one of the worst things you never get into, and I know Tom's maybe faced this before, is when you got two guys that that you like, both the guys, and you maybe let a little bit more go, but then all of a sudden it starts getting out of hand because you should have stopped that from the start. Yeah. You got to do your job, whether you like the guys or not. At this point in time, I am the ref. If we're going to play under my rules out here, we're not going to let y'all get a little bit, then the other one try to get a little bit, because once you start doing that, you're in a mess.
Yeah. I think it's on hey, you've got to shut them up because they're going to test you. They're test. That's all they're doing is testing you. Here you go, Tom. Spin.
Yeah.
Whoop.
only about 5 steps.
Yeah, he did take 4, but this
I was going to say earlier, reason they don't call the fouls is because they don't call the travels either.
You get 3 in a gather now is what they call it. Ain't that what they call it, Terry? Gather, 3 in a gather or something like that.
And everybody's going crazy. And then he has to hold on to the rim.
I will say different sport, but same concept.
Hot dogs, baby, selling hot dogs.
Did you see the Tennessee coach get flagged for running his mouth?
Yeah.
He came all the way down there.
Sure did.
And gave him a flag. And he was like, what? And to me, like Kevin was saying earlier, trying to shut it down, that's what he was doing. I mean, It's the Orange Bowl.
Yeah.
And he gave him a flag. So I'd like to see more of that. I mean, how many times should Coach K been kicked out of games?
Everyone.
Well, I mean, the other night, Golden State was playing, and I think they had 5 or 6 in one game.
Like for example, Tom, if I'm playing and I hear Coach K say the things he does to the ref, I'm dang sure going to say, "Come on,
I should be able." Yeah, I should be able to.
That's a terrible call. Don't call a tech on me by me saying terrible call when he just called you the every word in the book
with the rat face.
What that man got away with.
Smile, did it?
No.
What that man got away with was deplorable. And then and I told you, Kevin,
post-game conferences.
15
this is not how Duke plays. We are Duke University.
15 years ago, he was doing the sportsmanship video for all coaches in North Carolina. This is a good sport. You be a good. It's like this guy's over there. You can tell him. I remember one time they zoomed in, and he went down, was pointing at the other coach, saying, "You're an a-hole. You're an a-hole."
Yeah.
I mean, going down there to the scores table and pointing at him. I mean, you're thrown out of the game.
So there's some famous stories, Tom, of how Dean Smith didn't like to cuss, but a certain coach would bring a little bit of it out of him.
That would be Mike Krzyzewski.
Right. That was a certain person that would make him lose it a little.
He's a turd. I don't care. He's a turd.
All right, we come back. We got NFL to talk about, a little baseball, a little NASCAR, and more. NBA stat leaders, Embiid still leads in points, 33.8. Luka Doncic, 33.7, right behind him. Doncic is averaging 8.9 assists. The only person with 10 assists in the NBA right now, Tyler Halliburton. And that's about it. All right, we'll be back. JP, KDCBroadcasting.com.
There's no need for you to be cold this winter. Call Shelby Heating and Air and warm up to the savings on quality heating and air conditioning equipment. Right now, get a $750 instant rebate on select products from Shelby Heating and Air. Just call 704-487-7877 and ask also about their safety furnace checkup for just $99. That's Shelby Heating and Air. Online at shelbyheating.com. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too.
Trusted, tried, and true. Those three words represent the highest standards for the Kawasaki Mule side-by-sides. Trusted means being built strong and built to last. Tried means being put to the test by hardworking people doing the toughest jobs. And true means staying authentic to the roots that run 30 years deep. Kawasaki Mule, the definition of trusted, tried, and true. See the Kawasaki Mule at Full Throttle Power Sports, located at 101 Indian Walk in Lowell.
When's the best time to buy a new car? December 26th through December 31st at Classic Volkswagen in Gastonia. Mention this radio ad and take $1,000 off. That's right, $1,000 off when you mention this radio ad. Hey, that's not all. Pay zero money down and zero money down on a lease. Come in for all the details, plus big savings on pre-owned vehicles too. Offer ends December 31st at Classic Volkswagen, 4417 Wilkinson Boulevard, Gastonia. Online at classicvwgastonia.com. Your local CarQuest Auto Parts dealer is now your local authorized AMSOIL dealer. That can only be Eddie's Auto Parts in Lincoln. AMSOIL synthetic motor oil withstands extreme heat and shearing forces, exceeding industry standards, outperforming most name brand oils by up to 40%. And get your interstate batteries too for those cold winter days ahead. See Eddie's Auto Parts, your locally owned CarQuest Auto Parts dealer, 2514 East Main Street in Lincoln.
Dalen Lee of Shelby High School is this month's McDonald's Scholar Athlete of the Month. He is the son of Demetrius and Tanisha Lee. Dalen is a senior at Shelby High School and is the quarterback of the Shelby Golden Lions football team. He also plays baseball and basketball. His advanced AP courses include U.S. history, English, environmental science, and calculus. His extracurricular activities include a member of the Junior Civitans and is the peer group leader for Shelby High School. He is also involved in basketball youth camps during the summer. After graduation, Dalen would like to attend college and play football. The McDonald's KTC Broadcasting What's Up Shopper Scholar Athlete Award is to recognize the student athlete not only for accomplishments in athletics, but also for overall achievements in the classroom and for overall school and community citizenship.
It's time to come out and play at the newly renovated Lincoln Country Club. Since 1946, the Lincoln Country Club has been challenging golfers. Ask about special membership opportunities, enjoy the new swimming pool, and the restaurant just can't be beat. Practice your drive and know the driving range too. For your tee time, call 704-735-1382 for the Lincoln Country Club. 2052 Country Club Road in Lincoln and online at lincolncountryclub.net.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang.
Brought to you by Shelby Heating and Air. Give them a call, 704-487-7877, or check them out online, shelbyheating.com.
All right, it's NFL action time.
Everything's going to plan.
Everything's going to plan. I don't even know what that means. Whoa.
Like I said last week.
What's that?
Dallas is 1-2. Philadelphia getting ready to lose 2. And then we'll all come down to week 3, and all of a sudden Dallas will take over the number 1 seed.
gotta stop drinking in the mornings, Terry. Buffalo's the 1 right now. Kansas City 2, Cincinnati 3. Jacksonville is sitting in the 4 right now of Tennessee. What's interesting about this game, guys, doesn't matter who wins this week. Both teams can sit their players, and which both teams, it looks like, are, and they're resting their starters to play next week. So the playoffs for them start next week against each other. So Jacksonville and Tennessee. Tennessee's started Dobbs Thursday night, trying to make sure that at least Willis or Tannehill is healthy.
I think Willis,
for the next game.
I think they said Tannehill's done for the year.
Okay.
This just recently happened.
So they're barely hanging on. Vegas, sitting here down at the bottom, is still alive for playoffs, and they just set their quarterback. Still alive for a playoff berth, Tommy, and they just bitched their quarterback.
Stidham's going to get the start.
Yeah, Jared Stidham, and I think they said that I've lost his name now. The quarterback got sick. What's his name?
Derek Carr.
Derek Carr. Yeah, thank you, Derek Carr. I think he said that he took a leave of absence.
He has left the building because if he gets injured, his contract is guaranteed $40 million for next year. If he can't pass a physical, if he can pass a physical, the contract's not guaranteed. They can cut him. He can go do whatever he wants. So they're basically cutting Derek Carr right now with 2 games left in the season, and still a chance to make 1 game out of a playoff or 2 games out of a playoff spot. They're barely in there, but they got a chance. So
I still think all that comes back to Josh Daniels. He's getting ready to lose his job.
I don't think so, Terry.
I think so.
But here's why. Y'all know where this is going, don't you? This is Tom Brady. This is what they tried to do a couple years ago, and Gruden shot it down. Remember, Dana White and Gronk came on their podcast and said the plan was for Brady and Gronk. Dana White had brokered the deal for them to all come to Vegas. They'd sat down. Mark Davis had approved it all, and Gruden refused to go along with it. He didn't want Brady and all them getting all the credit for any type of thing they did. Then Gruden ends up getting fired, which some are saying this is part of the, Bruce Allen releasing, not Bruce Allen, Daniel Snyder releasing part of all this. This is all intertwined. So the thoughts are Brady next year is either going to Miami to throw to those 2 high flyers or whatever, speedsters, or where he wanted to be in Miami or in LA. San Francisco is is his 3rd choice, but this is all a move for Brady, is what they're saying, for McDaniel's time to keep his job. So that's the thought in LA. Miami also, that's also what I want to bring up. And Terry, when it happened, and I said he got knocked out, I said he should retire. Right then, when he was laying there, knocked out, unconscious, his hands crumpled up and arms frozen up, he should retire.
Yeah.
Yes,
He got it again.
Yeah. He's going to keep getting them. He's too small. He can't. It's going to happen. These big defenders are going to sling him down on that ground. If he's going to hit the ground with his head, he's going to get a concussion.
Yeah.
And if Miami, if you're Miami, why would you re-sign him? With like 10 free agent quarterbacks plus draft next year, why would you re-sign a concussed quarterback?
I just think overall in the NFL this year, quarterback ratings, you might have 8, maybe 9, but the rest of the quarterbacks are all average.
It's not good.
Yeah, your quarterback position is not
good. So, think about it. If you're Miami, would you not rather have Brady down there throwing?
They can walk away with Tua and not ever blink an eye.
If you're Daniel, and you're sitting there, you got, all right, my job's on the line, right? So I can either go with Tua again, hope he makes it through another season. If not, I got Teddy Bridgewater, or I can sign Tom Brady. Or I can sign one of these other guys with a big arm. Matthew, or not Stafford. I can go after Derek Carr. Think about Derek Carr throwing to those guys.
He can throw it.
He can throw the football.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In his, do y'all know that he's played 9 seasons?
Yeah, he's not a bad quarterback.
It said in his 9 seasons, nobody had more losses in NFL history except for Archie Manning and the Aints.
Wow.
Derek Carr has not had a better than 20th ranked defense in his career, Terry. So put him down on a team that's got a good defense. Put him in Tennessee, will they be looking for a new quarterback? So
probably.
Jets with their defense. Would you Derek Carr in New York? But so Brady to me would be Miami, LA, or Vegas. Those are those 3 spots. Vegas said they already had a deal. He said he wanted to go to Miami with Sean Payton before, and Tyreek Hill, and then also San Francisco's his dream spot. So there's just 3 spots there. I'm guessing wherever he goes is going to do the rest. Does Lamar Jackson leave Baltimore now after they refuse to pay him all year?
He might.
Maybe.
I would if I were him.
If you're Miami, would you not? And Miami and Tennessee, I think, should want Lamar Jackson more than anybody. I'd want that speed on the field altogether. Lamar running around with Tyreek
Could you imagine?
Hill and all
Could
them.
you imagine them running a little read option down in Tennessee with Derrick
Well, that's
Henry?
what I'm saying. Like, what do you do with that?
Yeah.
you got to hand it off. You got to be big enough to be able to tackle Derrick Henry, but fast enough to be able to beat Lamar Jackson to the corner.
Or
They don't make a lot of those.
Yeah.
Micah Parsons is about the only one.
try to run a reverse with down in Miami with
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill, and then he keep it and go the other way.
Well, the thing
Well,
about
he
that,
got Waddle on the other
well,
side.
you could even not even draw up a play. It could be called Lamar Scramble Chicken Heads. That's all you have to call. Lamar Scramble. Everyone else running around like chickens with your heads cut off. Tell me again,
Waddle
you
or
can't
Hill
guard
are
Tyreek.
gonna get
Right,
open.
you can't guard Tyreek more than 3 seconds.
That's what I'm saying. One of those are going to
As
get
soon as
open.
Lamar gets scrambled, done. He's going deep. You're beat. So, like, if I'm them, I would do anything in my power to get him. If I can't get Lamar, you'd want Lamar for 5-7 years, right? But if you can't, I'm like, hey, Brady. If Brady wants to come there, I'd take that. I wouldn't have Tua, not just call. I didn't like him from the start, not
Right.
just, but
Not because of the
I don't want to
concussion.
the concussions. He should retire
After
he
this
gets hurt
week,
too bad.
after this week, he should be
Yeah, I
done.
think so.
Y'all would
He should
want-
have been.
Y'all would want a 46-year-old Tom Brady.
over a concussed quarterback. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, there's a difference. I mean, Tua's going to try to take off running, then he's going to get grabbed and slung.
Right.
Tom Brady's just going to fall.
I'm
So it's
saying,
not-
I don't blame you for what you're saying about Tua, and for that kid's sake, yeah, I hope he does retire, and it's a shame that he has to.
I
but-
agree.
Yeah,
I
it's
agree.
a shame that he has to, but no, I would much rather have Lamar Jackson than Tom Brady. I
Right.
mean, not even close.
Right.
Not
I
even
thought you were
close.
saying Tua versus Tom
No.
Brady.
No.
I wouldn't mind having Tom Brady. Lamar Jackson because of the
I would-
longevity.
I'd rather have Derek Carr than Tom Brady.
You're
now.
right. If that's your choice, but that any of those might not be your choice though. As well, you got to think about that too.
I prefer a pocket passer. I don't need a guy who's going to take off running.
He's 46.
I don't care.
Well, Tom,
I do not care.
with his weapons, he's 7-8. Miami's 8-7 with their weapons. So,
But they got,
does
I
Miami
mean,
got-
that goofball coach that Miami's got.
I don't think Tom Brady would work well with him at all.
know.
Well, I'm going to tell you something else, and this is me, and I've been watching Tom Brady. I know y'all have too the last couple of weeks. He absolutely goes off.
He
If
does.
I was a man like they do have, and I know this is your quarterback, I'd be up in his face.
He's going
Like,
to get
look-
He's going to get a Bill Cartwright moment
Yeah,
from the Jordan.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, I'm going to break your legs
he's
if you do that again
absolutely
moment.
going off on his offensive lineman. And, I mean, you know, these are the guys protecting me. Okay, I'll let you see what this happens, and I'm just going to step
Let somebody
out of the way.
come through.
Yeah. But, I mean, I understand he's a great quarterback, and he's done great things for the NFL and for himself. But this year, I have seen him absolutely go off. And before, I always said you got to have a leader. And I believe in that. But you can't have a leader that gets right up in your face like he has this year. And he's done that quite often.
Well,
He lost a supermodel wife, Terry, so he's
I'd be
probably
mad
frustrated.
too if my
That's for you, Tom.
I'd be mad too if the when the linemen act like matadors. That's when you get mad. I did see a video of it. It wasn't Tom. It was a different team. I can't remember which one it was. Might have been the Raiders. Of the linemen having linemen not like blocking, and then when the quarterback gets sacked, they don't turn and pick him up. It was one of these NFL teams. And I for the life of me, I can't remember what it was. I was like,
It
I
might
got to
have been.
show you guys.
I don't know.
This
if
is
it-
awful.
I don't know if it was Denver, but did you
Yes,
see
it
where
might
the-
have been them.
where the backup quarterback goes and starts yelling at the offensive line?
That's what it was. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Well, they didn't pick Russell up. Russell got sacked on a play, and two of them just turned around and walked away. And that's what it was. The backup quarterback saw it and went over there on the sideline, and that's what it was, Tom. And he chewed him out. Only one of the linemen walked over to help
But
Russell.
what does that happen to? Right there's when you know
That you
your
don't-
quarterback has no respect there.
He's lost the team.
But,
But he's the one that's going to keep his job. All you guys are the ones going to be let go of.
That's what I don't get is like, if I'm Tom Brady, I'm Russell Wilson. There's got to be some type of royalty respect here when I walk in this locker room. I don't think, what should Tom have to earn from any of those linemen who've never won anything or done anything?
Nothing.
When he walks,
nothing.
Does
he
he
should
do
not.
I mean,
I'm
Russell
with
should
that.
either. When they walk in that room, to me, if I was a lineman, I would want Tom Brady to walk in the room so I know my job is way more important than it used to be blocking for Josh Dobbs or whoever or Trevor Lawrence or I'm gonna look down the list here who's in Indy. It's way more important when Tom Brady walks in the room, is it not? My job is more important. I got to keep him safe.
I just think
not
as
like
far
I hate
as
this guy. He thinks he's
Russell
cool.
Wilson, I think the problem there is all them guys have sat there and said, "Oh, we've got God's earth given to us, and you're doing nothing. We can't even score." But it makes a big difference. And I'll say this week in and week out, when you don't have a Lockett and you don't have a Metcalf, those guys made you better. And he has nobody at Denver who is in that same criteria as those two guys was to make him better. Then you don't have a running game neither, and he's having to do everything. And Denver cannot score. Their defense is okay, but offensively they have nothing besides Russell.
Baker Mayfield and the Rams scored 51 on them.
Well, you're going to have games like that. I mean, that's going to happen to all of them.
51.
But
Number one passer rating all time for the Rams, Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield.
Past Kurt Warner and Matt Stafford.
The sad thing is, and I'll say it. I'll say it.
Tom's mama Rams jersey.
I'll say it. I'll say it over and over again. If he had not tried to tackle that safety who intercepted that pass a year and a half ago,
different.
The whole story in Cleveland is different, and that's just I keep coming back to that, and I said of all quarterbacks with 100 attempts, and I know people are defending him, and I just read a headline in Cleveland that said, well, we made the right decision because getting Deshaun, because look what happened to Derek Carr and look what happened with Russell Wilson. And I was like, look, of all the quarterbacks who have 100 attempts, I think there's 41. Deshaun Watson is dead last. He is the worst. Now, some people say, well, he's got to give him time and he doesn't. I understand all that. I understand completely. I'm not like one of these crazy fans. But look, all I'm going to say is, okay, you can say whatever you want to defend him. Amari Cooper dropped a touchdown, blah, 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 blah. You paid this man $230 million. Okay? I don't care. Once you write a check that big, not only that, how many draft picks you give up? You give up all your draft capital and pay this guy $230 million? You're going to sit here and tell me you're going to make excuses for him?
They're going to sell.
Do you not, Tom, can I ask you, do you not think eventually, I know we're starting to get overrated with quarterbacks getting a lot of money, but other guys think that they're worth maybe not as total money, but a little bit of that money, and they're not getting it. You're talking about what's happening. You gave Watson all that money. Denver gave Russell all that money. But it's not evening out. It's not going to turn around to victory.
It may work against quarterbacks. It may work against them.
That's what I'm saying.
Because you're saying that, look, Deshaun Watson got paid. Look at him. Russell Wilson got paid. Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, I think it's going to work against. You're going to be tentative to give this guy 4 years and $200 million or whatever because now you're stuck with this guy.
Yeah, you're stuck. And you can go get nobody else to help him.
And you're stuck with a guy who I don't, like I said, like a lot of Cleveland fans that say this and that, but Cleveland fans are crazy. I mean, just go to their Facebook page. They're nuts. But I'm going to say, you can't be dead last in the league once we paid you $230 million. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care what the excuse. Njoku dropped the pass. Amari Cooper dropped the pass. Well, if you saw the one Amari Cooper dropped, yeah. I mean, he was sliding to the ground. It was a little bit low. I don't care. That ball needs to be in a bucket every single time if you're going to pay this guy $230 million.
Well, Tom, if those three guys would have caught them passes, he wouldn't be dead last anymore.
I'm just telling you.
Well, that's
38.
Well, that's like this past week.
Look. You can have Brock Purdy and all your draft picks and be in better shape than you are right now.
Last week, this happened to Dallas, and Dak was back there. His first interception, it hit the guy right in the darn chest. I'm like, catch it.
I don't care. You should know if you're making that big money, you should know not to throw it to that guy.
Yeah, I guess. Cause
You know it's going to hit him in the chest and bounce off.
right.
That's what I'm saying. Because it got picked off, and they said, "Well, that's an interception." I'm like, "That's
Don't
not
care.
on Dak."
Don't care. And
There's a lot of people that have a lot of opinions on how quarterbacks should play who've never been standing in the huddle with 300-pound men running at their face.
I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you that you can say whatever you want about. You can say whatever you want the Cleveland situation. You have mortgaged the future and wrote this guy a check, which is gonna.
Oh, the GM did a bunch of dumb stuff.
It's gonna affect your ability to sign free agents.
Oh, they're going to suck.
They're gonna suck for 4 years again.
It's all on the GM. All right, so here's two plays. Here's what started the ruckus on the sideline. Watch not a single lineman in back-to-back sacks help Russell Wilson off the ground. Back-to-back plays. For the folks listening on the radio, we're showing highlights on the internet. Russell Wilson rolling left, gets sacked. Watch all 5. Turn around. Nobody's looking at him. He's already crawled off the ground by himself. Next play. Russell Wilson steps up in the pocket. Sacked, boom, boom. The guy 2 feet away from him and just turns around.
That's the same guy.
And then now we're on the sideline. Look, there's the backup quarterback coming over getting on him, and he gets shoved by the guy who wouldn't pick him up.
Yeah, you saw what the big guy did to him. Like, get away from me, buddy.
Yeah, you're not doing your job.
But at that point in time, you know what he's probably telling him? Buddy, look at the score. It's 34-6. We have no chance. This is our guy who was given to us on account of he said he was our God to earth down here, and we've done nothing.
Well, Terry, if the linemen don't block.
Look at him. The rest of them are trying to calm him down like, get out of my face.
Awful.
73 is the one that didn't pick him up.
Every one of the linemen should be cut. That backup quarterback is right.
But you're right. That's what's going to happen.
Right.
Those guys will lose their jobs while
They
Russell
should.
keeps his.
They should.
He don't even want to talk to
Only
Russell.
one of them has the ability to throw a football, Terry.
He don't even want to talk to Russell.
That's why there's one guy on the field that can throw a football and 5 that have to be fat and getting away. That's their only job, is to get in the way and pick me up when you don't get in the way. That's his only job. And he can't even do that. Can't do either one of the 2 jobs.
Our apologies to all the offensive linemen.
I'm not apologizing.
in
I'll
the
never
United
know.
States.
I'll never
All you
apologize.
have to do is be fat
That's your job.
and get in the way.
You don't have to pancake anybody. You don't have to do anything. You have to get in the way for 3 seconds. That's it. That's
Just
your
get in
job,
the way
Tom.
of Aaron Donald, son.
Right. Right.
Yeah, put your body
He's only
out there.
5'10".
Hey,
get in his way.
You see number 95, Myles Garrett? Could
Yes.
you be fat and get in his way?
Yes.
Thanks.
Yeah.
That's the job.
Here comes
though.
Parsons
Is that
off
not
the
the
side
job?
getting his way.
Right. You
Oh,
don't
my
have
God.
to. Again,
Oh,
if
my
I drop
God.
back and throw the pass in 4 seconds and throw it, you don't have to knock him on the ground. You don't have to hold him. You don't have to do his face. You don't have to do nothing to him. You just got to keep him from touching me, which is getting in his way. So your job as an offensive lineman is to get in other people's way.
And basically, think about it, really. And I'm
Run-
going to
wait,
agree
real
with
quick,
Kevin.
Real quick, run blocking, you got to blow some people out of the way. I'll say that. But pass blocking, get in the way.
Well, I'm going to agree with you one thing, because you consider if you got 3 or 4 seconds, 1 second goes off when he takes his first step.
Right.
You know, second one's going to go
Second
off
step.
when I put my hands to him. If I bump him, that's another second. And then all I have to do is jump over and get in his way.
No, all
There's
that,
4
all that does
seconds
not
gone.
take
Thank you,
4
Terry.
seconds.
Thank you,
No,
Terry,
that's-
for backing
I mean,
me up.
I'm serious. That's your job.
It is. It is. That's that.
I mean,
it
and
is.
if you really want to talk about everything, and I'm not saying nothing, because I like offensive linemen. They to me, they protect the quarterback and the running back. So I never want to hear any of them guys say, without them, I could have got all these yards myself. No, you couldn't. You could have got nothing. Now, you know, I will say that much.
Right.
But as far as the offensive lineman, you tell me how much do you play a game? If I've got a 60-minute game, you might play 27 minutes.
Well, I think the NFL average is only like 20 minutes of action.
Okay, well,
in a
that's what
whole
I'm
game.
saying.
So you got to cut that in half.
So there you go.
So you play 10 minutes a game.
I mean, I was giving you a little less than half,
A
but it's
day.
even less than that.
It is. It's low. It's really low of game action. No, it's not that time. Look, if you give up a sack, fine, it happens. But don't all 5 of you turn around and nobody pick me up off the ground.
I think though that has a lot to do with what the game
deeper.
is.
I think it's.
Yeah.
I think it's goes back to the locker room.
Oh, I think it does too. I think there's a lot more there than what we're thinking. And
Why do y'all keep moving?
I mean, I hate to be like
Did I
that,
move?
because when you're getting beat 34-6, you was done anyway. The LA game, that game was over early.
Tell you what's weird about that is that you see that from defenses more than you see that from offenses. Like, you don't see an offensive lineman again, the not picking him up thing is what's bothering you. Get beat sometimes. I get it. The defense got their ears pinned back. They're going after him, okay? But you just sitting there just leaving the court. 2 plays in a row, you saw them. They were right next to him and turned their back.
But here's your problem.
Walked away.
On that whole team, and you consider you got them 5 up there plus your tight ends, but none of them walks over there, then there's a problem. Because one of them at least should have walked over and picked him up.
Oh, yeah.
But so they had already said, we're done anyway.
But he's obviously said something to them about blocking they didn't like. And
that's what's going to happen to Tom Brady. That's what's happened at Tampa. Because the same thing, you ain't going to run over here and jump in my face. I mean, you're losing respect right now.
And Russell Wilson is a weirdo. I'm just going to tell you, he's a weirdo. People don't like him.
Yep.
So Terry, the coming over on the sidelines and yelling at him, I guess to me that's a little weird because the camera's on you.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
some of that stuff could probably be said in the huddle. I would think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't see no reason. Saying,
I don't know what he said to him, but the big guy didn't like it.
Terry, I know, right? So, but again, a lot of that, if it's really bad, I'd rather say it in the huddle than on the sidelines where the cameras are and stuff, because the camera's going to see the TO situation, any of that, right? So if you say whatever you got to say in the huddle, but the not blocking for him and all that stuff, I'd cut every one of them. I'd go back and look at the film, and everyone that did, anyone that I could accuse of not blocking on purpose,
that's your whole team. That's
right?
Your whole
you're gone.
Yeah.
Right. You have
all
to.
5 of you plus you tied in. Also.
You watch both those plays. It was floodgates opened up. It was 5 people chasing Russell in both those plays.
Well, the picking up thing that tells you what you need. Whatever I don't know what that was. Somebody complaining that he had They said he has an office, and there was someone complaining about that. And this wide receiver was like, "Yes, he's the quarterback. He should have an office. He's in there doing film study." And that was one of the complaints from one of the jealous players, Terry, was that the quarterback was doing film study in his office. What do you do with that? What do you do with that? Who do these people think they are?
They're not getting rid of Russell Wilson. I hope they know that.
I'm not saying he's lighting it up or doing anything like that.
No, but they're not getting rid of him.
But you got to respect him and block for him. Just stupid.
He's like Deshaun. He's there.
But you think about it, though, for you to replace
Deshaun will get better.
5 offensive linemen, and Tom can tell you this, that's going to take you 4 or 5 years. Unless all of a sudden you get
Terry,
lucky.
One draft, first round, second round, third round, fourth round, bye.
Well,
I know we don't talk about the Panthers a whole lot on here, but if you remember Matt Rule's first draft, what did he take? He took all defensive players. What's good on our team?
Your defense.
Defense is good. I mean, we talked about that when they done it.
Yeah.
It's a good move. We have good defensive players. Our offense sucks. We have good defensive players.
Well,
you just wore out Detroit, man.
Panthers still in the playoffs.
They're still alive, man.
I think we got over a 50% chance of making the playoffs.
Do you still control your destiny?
Yeah.
I think we can beat both those teams.
Bay, they're in first.
Beat Tampa and New Orleans, and we're in.
Tampa and Carolina control their destiny. Whoever wins that game.
New Orleans, they beat Cleveland. Their whole team's out. I mean, they're like all their wide receivers are out. I mean, they've got so many injuries on that New Orleans. I mean,
all we got to do is win 2, and we're in. Playoffs are now.
They still beat us at home. All
right, so what's the deal, Zach? Do you think with Wilkes, does he have to get in the playoffs to keep that job? Has he done good enough to keep it, or are they already or is this just a?
I like Wilkes.
Is this their way of? Oh, this is the way of a lot of teams. This is the way they've accused a lot of teams of filling in their minority hiring requirements. Is putting in a minority at interim coach, and then fire him at the end of the year, and then that was your interview.
He's been with us for
hire whoever they had planned on hiring before.
He's been with us for almost 10 years. He was there in 2015 with Norman. I don't know if you guys saw Norman's getting re-signed to Josh Norman's coming back because we lost Horn again.
Oh God! But is Josh Norman another one of them Cam Newton things?
I don't think he's going to get a whole lot of on the field time. But
so he's back with the Panthers.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
And Wilkes was his coach. I think Wilkes has done a good job. I think if Wilkes would have been the coach from the beginning, we'd already be in the playoffs. I think we'd already sewed it up. But if we talked about this last week, if Sean Payton's available, you don't keep Wilkes.
He's not coming to Carolina. Who's your next choice besides Sean Payton?
I would take Wilkes. I like the way he's designed. I like the way he's utilized his assets on this team.
Sean
Does it not make a difference Sunday? If y'all get blown out, he might not have that job if he has competitive and maybe just could beat at the end, then he's got a chance.
Yeah, if we make the playoffs, he's going to get.
Oh,
the
yeah,
So
if
that's
he wins.
so that's my.
I think you're
let's
right.
say they don't make it, and they're going to look for a new coach. Where would you even go to bring in a coach? Who's wanting to come to Carolina? Sean Payton saying, "I'm not coming to Carolina to coach Sam Darnold." So you'd have to get another no-name. You have to get a Matt Rule, a coach from Baylor, or Temple, or somebody you don't really know.
Don't want to do that.
College, or you got to get, or you have to hire an NFL coordinator.
Yeah.
Bieniemy maybe from Kansas City. There was a couple other folks I saw on the head coaching list maybe for next year, but like.
Bieniemy,
But then you're starting over. You're starting over with another offense.
But Bieniemy's being selective. Right. He's not going to go where he knows he's not going to be successful because he knows where he's at is a good job. He's only going to take a job where he could be successful.
Yeah.
I don't blame him for.
I like Wilkes. I like what he's done. I like that hard nose. I like that defensive style. That fits our team.
But that's who you are running the ball.
Right. But is that quote unquote sexy enough? You know, the defensive guys, running game, all that. Crap.
And can we score enough points to win? You don't even say Super Bowl. Can you score enough points to win Super Bowl? That's a no.
Best NFL coaching candidates for 2023. D'Amico Ryan, San Francisco defensive coordinator. Philadelphia offensive coordinator Shane Steichen. That sounds awful. Third Reichish. Ijiro Evero, Broncos defensive coordinator. Denver Broncos defensive coordinator. Jared Mayo, Patriots linebacker coach. Ken Dorsey, Buffalo Bills offensive coordinator, former Carolina Panther.
Yeah. He was a quarterback at Miami.
Eric Bieniemy, Kansas City offensive coordinator. Or the Eagles defensive coordinator, Jonathan Gannon. Sean Payton, of course. Jim Harbaugh. He's not coming to Carolina. So Indianapolis. Is he going to besides that, is he going to stay Jeff Saturday, his buddy and friend, or is Harbaugh an option there in Indy, who used to play there, or is Harbaugh looking at more of the Detroit Lions? Maybe
Harbaugh's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I don't think Harbaugh's going anywhere.
Harbaugh gets paid twice as much as he's getting paid now. Tommy's out. Yes.
Our coach
Paul Feinbaum just did a whole story yesterday. There's nothing left for Jim Harbaugh to prove at Michigan.
He's 1-5 in the bowls.
He's not won the national championship.
That won anything other than the Citrus Bowl.
Our Carolina's coach is sitting in Buffalo. We let him go. Sean McDermott.
Dan Quinn, defensive coordinator in Dallas. Kellen Moore, offensive coordinator.
Dan Quinn's already tried it in Atlanta. Didn't work.
I don't want Dan
Titans
Quinn.
Coordinator Leslie Frazier. That's what I'm saying. If Frank Reich.
That's hard. I like Frank Reich.
Frank Reich would be a
former
decent
Panther.
candidate.
Former Panther.
Yeah. Frank Reich would be good, I think.
But besides those, are you seeing anybody you'd say besides Reich?
Flores.
Maybe
I wouldn't
Brian
mind having Flores. I like Flores.
That you would say I'd rather have than
Wasn't he the coach
Steve
at
Wilkes?
Miami, Flores?
Mm-hmm. They got
right.
I think he got screwed.
That idiot they got in Miami now, though. Have you seen his press conference?
I don't think Tom Brady can play with him.
I think
he's a chess man, Tom. He's a mathematician.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys.
I mean,
He's never blocked anyone in his life. Probably
he played wide receiver at Yale.
What do they call those? We always make fun of in
He's like really smart, but no social skills.
No, I'm talking about their analytics that we always make fun of.
Yeah, it's like Screech being the head coach.
Yeah.
But I mean, super smart, but like no social skills.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I don't know. You got to be a bit of a politician to be a football coach. You know what I mean? You got to be a bit of.
He don't even look like a college coach. I mean, a football coach.
No, he does not.
He looks like a teenager.
And he does. He has.
And you're getting respect from all these big guys
but
around him.
did you know he is a minority coach? Because he has, I think, one grandparent who had black ancestry, so he claims to be black. But
he's a quarter black or something, or
something like that. Yeah, but when you look at him, no, he does not. I mean, I would not have guessed that about him. But he's just weird. I mean, he's just weird in a lot of ways. It's the social skills are what would bother me the most. I mean, because you got to talk to guys all the time. You know, I mean, his social skills, he just seems very awkward.
All right, so let's see.
He's the coach of the Little Giants.
We're gonna look up We'll do our scores.
You know what? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah.
let's see. Let's do some. We'll look up the scores this week. Terry, any comments on beating Josh Dobbs and the Tennessee Titans?
No, we did what we had to do. Win. That's all we had to do.
Yeah, Josh Dobbs. I saw him out there playing. It's good for him, man. I like Josh Dobbs. He works hard. Got a chance. Of course, it was close in the first half, and then second half.
So I'm just going to read this out loud. This is the MSNBC report, so don't think I'm sounding crazy, because you just take it for whatever craziness you can when I read this. This is as far as Mike McDaniel and the minority hiring process, and this is talking about Brian Flores. Miami Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel, hired by a team that's been accused of discriminating against black men, doesn't describe himself as black, even though according to the American rules of race he is. Because he has a white mother and a black father, according to the rules of American races, he's black.
There are no rules for races.
This is MSNBC.
There's no rules for that.
I'm just reading the column, Tom.
I'm just saying.
He's 50-50, and according to MSNBC, he's 100% black. So that means the National Football League can conceivably use his hiring as a kind of rebuttal to Brian Flores and his claims in a recent lawsuit against discriminating against black men, hiring head coaches and wrongly firing the few that they do hire. This is an MSNBC.
I tread lightly on this, but if you ask me, is that a black man? I would tell you no. I'm not trying to, but I'm just saying he just not like.
So McDaniel kind of went with the I'm not making a comment on this type of avoidance on the situation. He said it's very odd, the idea of identifying as something. I think people identify me as something, but I identify as a human being. And yes, my dad is black, so whatever you want to call it. So he really didn't make a comment on it other than whatever. People that focus on race on every issue don't understand that the other 95% of the world don't focus on race on every issue.
Do you know in France, when they do the census, it's illegal for them to gather racial and ethnic information?
Well, yeah, they got to put their soccer team together, Tom. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying. They don't do
it. Worried about football.
Football.
But they don't. They don't.
How do you say yes in French?
Oui.
So can you say oui? Oui.
Yep.
You're French.
That's right. You're French now. I guess that's right.
You're French.
But I think you're right. I do think you're right. I don't think it's something that he's focused on, but I think it's something the media has focused on. And I'm like, I'm not really sure why they would say that, but
it's like in any situation, the very few people that cause a problem make the other 95% of people have to deal with that problem.
True.
So you got the 5 people that are racist and the 5 people that do or see race of everything. The other 95 people got to sit there and defend or do this, do that. Good grief, guys. Come on. You find something else to argue about.
Yeah.
True, all right. Miami, let's go to the scores this week. Let's pull these up. NFL. No Saturday games because of the college football stuff tonight? Is that what
probably why.
That's it.
Stupid. Fake football today. All right, Cardinals and Falcons. This game might be in hell, Tom. Is it a nomination?
That's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad.
A couple of backup
Who's
quarterbacks.
The quarterback?
I think McCoy's coming back for the Cardinals.
Oh, they're going to win then.
So I'm taking the Cardinals.
I would
This
too.
is Jeff George versus Tom Tupa.
I'm taking the Falcons.
I'm going to take the Cardinals if
I go Falcons at home. I have no idea. $26 though, you can get one Sunday in the dome. Will that game be closer than the Georgia Ohio State game, Terry?
Yes.
Okay, that's all I need to know. Bears and Lions. For $100, you can see the Detroit Lions host the Chicago Bears in what would normally be another game in hell.
Lions
are holding on barely.
Big loss for them last week.
I still not
big loss.
In fact, I tell you what, Devil gave them a remote control this week. They can flick back and forth between these two games. Lions favored by 6. Zach, who you got?
Lions.
Terry?
Lions.
Yeah, Lions at home. Bears are terrible.
Lions across the board here. Broncos and Chiefs. Chiefs favored by 12. Anybody going to pick the Broncos we just talked about?
Chiefs.
Chiefs across the board. All right, Teddy Bridgewater. Mac Jones. Playoffs on the line. New England. Patriots favored by 2.5. I think it's going to be interesting, Terry, to see Bridgewater throw to these wide receivers that got a little speed on them. What do you think?
I agree. I'm gonna take the Patriots.
Well, I'm not picking Miami and New England in December either, but go ahead, Zach.
I'm going to take Grayson Allen and the Patriots. I don't know if y'all heard the comment this week.
What?
That
Mac Jones looks like Grayson Allen?
No, they said that they said he's the NFL version of Grayson Allen.
The quarterback's dirty?
That's what they say.
How's the quarterback dirty?
I don't know.
What is he doing?
I don't know. That was the comment from
Did he Chris Paul somebody?
that was the comment from the the guy that works for ESPN. Used to be a cornerback for the Steelers, and I can't think of his name.
Booger McFarland.
No, the cornerback, the little guy.
Ryan Clark.
Ryan
he's
Clark.
A safety.
Yeah, he said he's Grayson Allen.
I'm
going
with
with Patriots.
Allen. Tom?
Dolphins on the road. I think Patriots are done.
Colts. Jeff Saturday takes his team into the Meadowlands. I don't know. Is the Meadowlands and he's not the Meadowlands anymore.
And the Giants are still in playoff contention.
Giants. Both of these teams have tied, just not each other. 5.5 point favorites for the Giants. Tom, who you got?
Giants at home.
Yeah, the Giants claim a playoff spot.
Giants at home.
I will go Giants.
Colts will never recover from them blowing a 33 point.
I know. Matt Ryan's fault.
Yes. God almighty. Saints at Eagles. Eagles favored by 5.5 in this game. Minshew Mania. Saints trying to get in the playoffs still, hanging on. Terry.
I hate it because I said they'd lose. But they are playing at home. Minshew, I mean, he played pretty decent against Dallas. But I'm trying to think if the Saints can have anything for them. Yeah, Saints win.
Tommy.
Eagles.
Yeah, I think another
Everybody's out.
week of preparation gives Minshew the win on this one. All right, here we go.
It's the big one.
Game that we're going to wait to the end to pick that one. Browns and Commanders.
Ooh.
Commanders still in the playoff run. Thomas, speaking of our guaranteed quarterback, is he playing or are they sitting?
Heineke got sit, did he not?
Watson's playing, right?
As far as I know.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Heineke.
Wentz is going to start, ain't he?
Yeah, Wentz
Heineke got sit.
So, Tom, my question is, with all this with Watson, he's guaranteed $200 million going forward. We're out of the playoffs.
$30 million.
Has there been any talk of him sitting? Do you know of any on the boards or anything of them just putting down the rest of the year?
The only people I heard that putting on not playing anymore, Chubb, because he's been banged up, and Myles Garrett. But I haven't heard.
There's been anything on Watson. That's why I haven't seen anything. I was going to ask. I've been thinking about asking y'all this week. Should we or should they look into sitting him? Like, you've got so much money involved. You've gave all your draft picks away. You've got $200 million in him. Is there any point other than getting some rust off?
He sat for a year and three.
That's what scares me.
That's what I'm saying. That's what
I don't think he can.
Do you let him? Do you play him and let him get some more experience, or do you have to protect him?
I don't think you can. I think you have to play him because, I mean, you've sat him for over a year. You know, he sat himself, and then the NFL sat him. I understand exactly what you're saying, but he's got to play.
I'm not saying either way. I'm just
had he not already been set, you could sit him.
If you sit him after he's dead last in all quarterbacks with 100 attempts, I don't really think that's good for his, getting used to being where he's at.
That's the question. Where's the line? Is it should Cleveland worry about health, or should they hey, you need to get in there and play?
I would tell him to play. I mean,
Terry, what would you do?
Yeah, I'd let him play. I mean, you said that for long. You need to be playing. I'm paying you for a reason.
I just wondered.
But the Commanders,
and then when he gets hurt, it's going to be
ACL Sunday, Tom.
Oh yeah, Commanders win this game.
That's my question. What if he tears his ACL Sunday?
Don't you get?
Does it mean anything though? Don't mean a thing.
Well, I'm saying if he misses all of next year, it will.
Well, yeah, if that would happen.
That's what I'm saying. Do you play him? The money's
that
guaranteed.
could happen in game one.
I know that, but the money's guaranteed.
They might be better off. They might be better off.
All right. So Terry goes Commanders. Tom.
Commanders.
Same Commanders.
I'm gonna go Commanders too. They're fighting for a playoff spot. Yeah. Browns don't got nothing.
They don't have Chubb.
Yeah, have no Chubb. Any comments on them losing last week, Tom? On that?
I mean, it's just the Saints have all their people hurt. You got a 10-point lead
at home.
And you lose that game. I mean, I know it was frigid. It was 6 degrees, and the guy's not going to light it up when it's 6 degrees. But I'm telling you, I mean, when you lose that game at home and Saints had so many people out hurt.
What was the score?
20-17, I think. They lost by 3.
They've had a hard time getting over 20 with Watson as quarterback.
Does the Stefanski come back next year? No, do you want him to? I'm saying will.
I think he will.
Does he deserve to be?
I think he will, because just like you just said a minute ago, who are you going to bring to replace him? And supposedly the relationship between Watson and Stefanski is a good one. So if you're the ownership, you're saying, okay, let's give these two guys a whole year together and see if they can get it figured out. If they don't, after next year, he's gone.
Is he the play caller? Official play caller? They got to take that away from him, don't they?
Yeah, because Van Pelt's the offensive coordinator. I think Stefanski's still calling the plays.
Can they take that away from him? Is that part of?
I don't know.
Well, I honestly, I don't like a lot of his play calling, the timing and the situation. I don't think he's
when it's 6 degrees and you try to throw like a 30-yard pass on 4th and 1. People are going to start to question. People are going to start to question you because, would you try that if it's 65 degrees? Yeah. You're not going to try it in that game. And Jacoby Brissett's been like almost perfect on 4th and 1. Just bring him in and let him run 4th.
Has Chubb got over 1,000 yards?
He's close to it. I think he's.
I got the stats right here. Give me 2 seconds.
I think he does. I can't remember. He's third.
Yeah, he's third. He's got 1,300 yards.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's what I was wondering. I was getting ready to say if he didn't have over 1,000 yards because he's been their main guy.
He's got 1,300. Josh Jacobs leads the league in Vegas with 1,500.
Wow.
Derrick Henry's got 1,400. Nick Chubb's got 1,300. Saquon Barkley's 1,200. Miles Sanders.
Good for Saquon.
Miles Sanders and Dalvin Cook have 1,100. Justin Fields, 1,000 yards.
Wow.
Make a heck of a running back. Travis Etienne with 1,000 yards.
ETN.
Whatever. With 1,000 yards. Averages, Jacobs 5.0, Chubb 4.9, Miles Sanders 5.0, Etienne 4.9. Tony Pollard is 9th in the NFL in yards, Terry.
Yeah, I was going to say he's done good. How many's Elliott got? 400? He always comes in when it's 3rd and 1 to score a touchdown.
Oh.
There's your leading rusher.
There he is.
Yards. Elliott's got 800.
61.9, y'all.
800. Pollard's leading. Pollard 5.3 yards a carry, Terry. Elliott 3.9.
61 yards a game.
About time to cut his fat butt.
Well, we'll not do that because they're both good when they're both in there. I mean,
3.9 yards a carry ain't good.
Hey, you do that 4 times, you got first down.
Yes, let's play South Point.
Do it 3 times, you got first down.
Good for Barkley, though, with the injury that he had, that he's, over 1,000 yards.
Derrick Henry's most touchdowns in the NFL with 13. Is that not just, 14, Jamal Williams in Detroit. Is that not just weirdly low to y'all?
Yeah, because what was it, Emmett? 28 all time? Was it 28?
Emmett was 25.
25.
And Marshall Faulk broke his.
And you're getting more games. More games.
Yeah, you got more games, less touchdowns.
It's
Tomlinson.
It goes. It's just the way that they play. It's an air raid game.
All right. Well, there's your rush stats. Back to the pick games we were picking. We got off on the Browns. That's my fault. I'll take the blame on that.
That's all right.
I had to get into.
Thank you for taking responsibility.
I had to get into Deshaun Watson territory on that one for a minute before it gets over. All right, another game in hell. Texans. They're just only favored by 3 is Jacksonville in this game on the road. They're still trying to get in the playoffs. Well, they don't have to win this game. All right, so Jacksonville's backups against the Texans. Tom, is this game in hell?
It could be. Yeah. And I guess if you did the math, it's all coming down the next week.
Right. That's what they're saying. So no matter what, Jaguars and who is it? Titans
Tennessee
will play next week.
The Texans,
they're in the playoffs.
They have not won a game at home. That's weird. Jaguars find a way to win this.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Jaguars.
I'm gonna go with the Texans.
Yeah.
Texans give Kansas City a run for money last week.
They gave Dallas all they wanted.
Yeah, they did. 49ers and Raiders. 49ers, both teams are. 49ers in the playoffs. Raiders are still alive. They've got to win to stay in.
Is this
obviously
not the dumbest thing? If I was, what's his name, Stillman? If I was going in the game right now, yeah, and you got 49ers with their defense, come on. 49ers.
I got Niners.
They'll eat him alive.
Niners.
Tom.
Yeah, 49ers. Brock Purdy. Is he still playing?
He is.
Yeah.
He's playing very well.
He's not facing nobody.
Jets. Seahawks. Playoff implications. Both teams 7-8. Jets 4-3 away. Seahawks 3-4 at home. Jets favored by 1.5 in Seattle.
No.
Wow.
Geno Smith
Seahawks.
makes the Pro Bowl.
Seahawks
Who's
win
starting for the
playing
Jets?
well.
It ain't
Mike
Zach
White.
Wilson, I'm
Mike
sure.
White. I think the team believes in Mike White. I like the Jets on the road to beat Pete the Cheat.
I'm gonna go with the Jets myself. I hope they make the playoffs.
I got Seahawks in this one, Terry. What you got?
No, that's who I got. Seahawks.
They know who their quarterback is.
Vegas knows.
They do. Jets on the road. Jeez.
Seahawks haven't played good last couple
Favorite.
weeks.
Vikings and Packers. Vikings sitting in the playoffs pretty neatly.
Bit
Champion of
interesting
their
game.
division. Packers 7-8, trying to get in the playoffs. Trying to squeeze in Aaron Rodgers. 37 degrees in Lambeau. Terry, what you got?
Everything's going Cowboy way. Minnesota gets beat by Green Bay.
That's a little disrespectful to the Vikings, isn't it, for them to be underdogs against a team with a losing record? Vikings.
When's the last time they won in Green Bay?
It's probably been a while.
Yeah, forever.
I'm gonna go with Aaron Rodgers on this one. He played good last week.
I'll hang in with the it means more to the Packers than it does the Vikings in this one. I'm gonna go Packers as well. Rams in Chargers.
Big
Baker
Baker.
Mayfield. Miss Symphony's got her jersey on. L.A. versus L.A.
You know, he saved his career, man.
He sure did.
He saved his career. Chargers will win this game at home, but I'll tell you, he has saved his career. He'll get a shot to start somewhere next year. He's not going to automatically, I don't think, but he'll get a chance to play somewhere.
Will he be Matt Stafford's
I
backup?
wonder.
That's the talk on the internet. Is that they might just keep him in.
What's backup pay though? Backup pay, a well-paid backup's $5 million, right? You think he's going to play for that?
He played for 2 this year.
Can the Chargers move up in the playoffs? Or are they stuck?
They're not in the playoffs yet.
I thought they qualified.
No, I don't think so. Let me go back. I'm pretty sure they haven't.
I thought they qualified.
I'll
for the
check.
playoffs.
I'll confirm, Terry. I will.
Well, they're
confirm.
ahead of Miami.
They may have. I'll check. Chargers have in. They are
Yeah,
in.
so this week won't mean nothing.
They
So
can
the
move.
Rams.
They can move Terry to a 5 seed. Baltimore's ahead of them by 1 game. So,
so they
yes.
on the road.
That's doable.
So
no matter what.
If they stay where, but here's the deal: if they move to the 5 seed, they get Jacksonville or Tennessee. If they stay in the 6 seed, they got to go to Cincinnati.
So they better win. Take the Chargers.
And the Ravens have got the Steelers, as you
Yeah.
see in the next game, and that's not a gimme for the Ravens.
No, Ravens ain't got a quarterback. They might lose
Right.
every game. They might lose the next 3 games. They might be done.
If Herbert wasn't playing, I would say no big deal. But I'm gonna take the Chargers
That's
since they
gonna be a
need to
good
win.
game. What's that?
I've got Chargers as well. JP, come here.
I'm gonna take Chargers as well.
Next game, Ravens favored by 2 over the Steelers. That does feel weird. Go ahead, Zach.
Yep, I'm gonna go with the Steelers over the Ravens. Ravens hadn't played well without Lamar Jackson.
Steelers on the road will lose. Ravens win this game.
Steelers win on the road. Mike Tomlin gonna get above 500.
And they got a chance. They're still alive for the playoffs. I go Steelers. I like all the teams that have something to play for. Whether they win or not, they got more motivation at least. Bills and
Be a
Bengals.
very good game. Monday Night Football.
What
big
could
one.
be
AFC title preview.
AFC title preview. Also, battle for the number 1 seed between Buffalo, Kansas City, and Cincinnati right now. They're all within a game of each other. So this is number 1 seeding implications.
Where's it played at?
In Cincinnati.
In
Buffalo's
Cincinnati.
favored by 1.5 in Cincinnati, 49 degrees. Tommy.
Give me the Bills. I think they're going to go in and win this game.
Well, I'm the very opposite on that because every time Josh Allen has to win, there's always something happen that he can't.
And he
So
plays
I'm-
great,
yeah.
and then something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take Cincinnati.
I'm gonna go with Cincinnati too.
I hate taking the Bengals in anything. It's like,
I hate
it's like
too.
picking the lines. But last year they got hot late. This year they started off slow and got hot late. It's like the more practice they get, the better they get. I'm going Bengals at home. Bengals at home. 5-1 at home.
We got the one big game.
Oh yeah,
for
go
the
back.
locals.
All right, go back. I'll let y'all talk about that for 1 minute. Last game, I got to go down the hall for a second.
We got
Panthers and Buccaneers. Buccaneers favored at home by 4.
Yeah, I hate that it's in Tampa, but Tom and them's not played well lately. this is a hard pick more than a smart pick. I'm gonna go with the Panthers to win it.
Who did the Panthers beat on the road? They 1-5.
They're 1-5 on the road.
Can you remember?
No,
I cannot.
Was it Arizona?
might have been, yeah, because they did beat Arizona, didn't they?
I think
they beat them when
Kyler was out the first time.
Oh yeah, yep. You're right. It was Arizona.
I'm going with the Panthers. I'm going to be a homer on this one.
Or yeah, I want to pull for the Panthers because I'd love to see Tom Brady and them get knocked out of it, not make it. That'd be the ultimate. But and wouldn't that be amazing? Because with Dallas sitting where they are, if they remain where they are, they'll be coming to Carolina.
That would be epic.
Think of that.
And Tom Brady last week had to win one in overtime just to get in this position.
Yeah.
He got beat 35-7 by Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
He got beat by Jacoby Brissett. I mean, come on. Who wants to see this trash team in the playoffs anyway? They're trash.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Panthers.
I'd rather the Panthers.
Run the ball. Do what you've been doing. Don't try to do anything above. Do what you've been doing.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, the defense is good enough to hold defense as long as Darnold can get some points on the board. We got two good running. You know, it's funny. We lost McCaffrey, and those two running backs have played better than McCaffrey. You know, he's a better fit. You can talk about fits and stuff. That's why I think Baker's playing so good with the L.A. It's because Sean McVay helping him out with the play calling. And
how in the world would you ever think of this? We're 4 or 5 games that McCaffrey's gone, and the Panthers are playing for a playoff spot.
They're better. It's just
amazing.
It's the way things fit. We talked about when we got McCaffrey in the very beginning. Was he a fit for the style that Carolina plays? And as much as I liked him, I don't think he was.
Well, they're probably not throwing 12 swing passes to him per game in San Francisco.
and he's done very well in San Francisco for those guys. He's a good weapon for Purdy, and everything's setting up pretty well for an interesting playoffs coming up. So.
All right.
Would the I don't know. Would we feel better if Tom Brady is out of it?
I would.
As a person.
I'm fine.
And then what does he do next year? You know he's not going to retire. He's going to stay.
Oh, yeah. Now this wife left him, he's going to play. I mean,
he's going to continue to play because he has nothing else to do now.
I mean, he could find something else to do. It's just that he doesn't want to.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to tell me if Tom Brady didn't want to come to your network and be an analyst, you're going to tell Tom Brady?
Oh, that's what I'm saying. You would.
I mean, he could. He just doesn't. I don't know, man. It's just.
I don't think he'd be a Tony Romo.
Tony Romo's good, man.
Yeah.
I don't care what people say. I know that a lot of people hate Dallas and they hate it when Aikman or Romo does a Dallas game. But I'm telling you, they do a good job.
There was a good funny meme out the other day. I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but it was like you guys fussed about these, and it was Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, and now you have this. Did y'all see that meme? It was tight end for Panthers. Olsen, thank you. And I don't know who his counterpart is, but I know Olsen.
Yeah.
Said, yeah, y'all stuck with these guys.
Some of them I think I've always thought Romo did a pretty good job because he knows the game so well. That's what makes him so good at color guy. He really does know the game. But there's always going to be the Dallas haters that every time Romo or if Romo's on there or somebody like that, they're not going to like that a bit.
Well, I know when Dallas was playing the other night, Calvin sent me a text, "Are you watching this?" And I couldn't text him back because I'm like, "Yeah, I'm watching this," because we should have beat the Titans by at least 4 touchdowns, you know. But that's just Dallas. We do what it is against the team that we're playing to win. I mean, Dallas, when they sit back and they think about their whole season, they're going to think about 2 17-point losses against Green Bay and Jacksonville that we gave the games away, or they still might be right here and have a chance at, you know, taking the number 1 seed.
Yep.
But it'd be tough this week at the Eagles playing at home.
Did y'all pick this?
We did.
Yeah.
Everybody took the Panthers.
Y'all did?
Yeah.
Everybody took the Panthers.
Sorry, y'all are idiots. Bucks by 13.
Y'all are idiots. Welcome back. Thanks.
All righty.
I didn't think it all went to just nut.
I think he was talking to y'all.
Y'all just picked the Panthers to win.
We're a Panthers
Brady at home?
affiliate. We are a You couldn't tell.
It
by
says
listening
1
to
and
the show.
5 away, 4 and 4 at home.
We had to sit there a minute trying to figure out. Zach told us they beat the Cardinals.
We're picking against the quarterback.
The Cardinals?
We're picking against the
when they didn't have
quarterback.
Kyler.
We're picking against the quarterback. He lost to Brock Purdy and lost to Jacoby Brissett.
Should have lost last week.
Yeah.
Had to win in overtime. A miracle.
Y'all do know the other team's quarterback is, don't you?
We We do. I said he's got to get some play. I said I think our defense can stop them as long as Sam can get us some points.
I can't believe I walked down the hall and that happened. He's 20-33.
Who?
Sam Darnold.
I don't care. He's the best thing that Carolina's had in 2 years.
Well, that's not. I'm not arguing that.
That's what I'm
just saying.
Where's Armani?
He's 20-33. Again, if they would have drafted Armani Edwards and started him at quarterback, Terry, would they not have the same number of Super Bowl wins as they do now?
Probably right.
Thank you very much. And you wasted all this time talking about Scam Newton. So listen, who did Sam Darnold? So the Panthers.
They had to beat the Cardinals. It had to be or did we lose to the Cardinals?
No, they beat the Cardinals.
No, you just tell me who Tom Brady beat. I want to look up who the Panthers have beat this year. Well, they beat Jared Goff, Geno Smith, Russell Wilson, whoever was quarterback in Atlanta. They did beat Tom Brady at home.
Who is this?
The Panthers. This is who they've beat this year.
Well, we shouldn't play them at home again.
You're saying you're on the road. I'm saying who beat this year.
We're at home. I thought you meant we said we beat Tampa at their home.
And Jameis Winston.
Yeah,
that's who they beat.
We've already beat Tom Terrific one time, 21-3.
Right.
We're gonna beat him again. Is that gonna be great?
Beat him again.
Is that gonna be great?
Wouldn't it?
PJ Walker beat him last time.
We need to bring PJ in.
Then you can win this one for sure.
Tom was. Here's the problem. Carolina rushed for 170 yards. Tampa rushed for 40.
But again, look, it's like I said when you left. We lost McCaffrey, and our running game's better. We got Foreman and Hubbard. Both those guys are good.
Well, they're running backs, and the other one wasn't a running back.
We talked about that.
He was a slot receiver playing running back.
He didn't fit our offense.
No, he's not. Honestly, I don't have anything wrong with Christian McCaffrey.
No, he's just not. He don't fit our offense.
You can't just design the whole play around swing pass, your whole offense around swing passes, and that's kind of what they did. All right, any other notes on Major League Baseball or anything, Tom, Terry, anything right now?
We kind of kicked baseball to the curb this week.
We did. There's not really too much going on.
Not too much going on.
Aaron Judge, I think, won or was it? He was like the player of the year or something. I think it just came out maybe.
Yeah, and he become now the team captain of the New York Yankees.
He had 1 foot out the door. Now he's
yeah. Now he's darn captain.
I like the Griffins of the world. Says I'm not playing for the Yankees.
The Cardinals, Paul Goldschmidt. This is kind of a weird story. You know how in golf they custom fit your clubs and everything. So Goldschmidt, who just won MVP, has went to the Louisville. No, it's Mariucci's the Mariucci batting school or whatever, and he has been fitted for a bat. And so now the way they can cut these wooden bats now and counterweight them, and they're measuring your swing speed. So he's improved his swing speed, Terry, by changing the weight. That he shifted the weight to the bottom of the barrel. You ever seen a hockey puck bottom on these? Have you seen an axe handle?
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's not everybody. So everybody swings different is what they say. So not everybody can just change the hockey puck. But he was talking about yesterday, he's switching to the hockey puck bottom on his bat has improved his bat speed by whatever percentage of whatever. So they was kind of excited about that, talking about how now players are going to start looking into getting actually fitted for bats in the machines like you do with the golf clubs to see which bats you hit better with, swing better with.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, man, when it comes to bats and stuff like that, I do get and I don't say nothing because it's not my team, it's not my players, it's not anything to do with me. But when I pick up a bat and I'm taking it over and I turn it and I say, 28-ounce bat, and I hand it to the person picking it up and they take it over. Now we're talking 9 and 10-year-old baseball, okay? And I'm like, I swung a 26 when I was grown. Spat speed. And I'm like, this kid's swinging a 28 and cannot get it around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
So there's
do your own thing.
There's the knob handle that is, and you can make it bigger and smaller based on, whatever your weight needs. So his bat is actually heavier than last year's, but based on the weighting of where they've moved the weighting to the bottom, that it's caused his bat speed to be a little bit.
He's a monster.
A little bit
I don't
quicker.
think a weight.
I don't think any of that because I had a guy that played with us way back, and he swung a 44-ounce wooden bat. I used that to warm up.
You're right.
I did.
Right. I played with some guys that use bigger bats than that. But real quick, as far as that goes, talk about picking with your kids and stuff. People want to know, like, what size all the time. I'm glad you brought that up. Tawny Gwynn used a 29-inch bat.
Mm-hmm.
Barry Bonds used a 31-inch bat or 32. So if in high school I was using a 32, I was using a 32 as the biggest bat. I could swing a 33 if I needed to, but I just didn't feel like I had any bat speed with it. It's more like a contact thing. These kids, they don't need the big heavy bats. You need to be faster, quicker, and make contact with it. That faster, quicker, guys. Not the heavy stuff.
And please don't be a coach over our swing a little bit faster.
Earlier. It's
Well,
earlier.
I mean,
It swings sooner, not
I
faster.
mean, my whole deal is this next pitch is probably not going to be the same speed.
Well, that too. Well, and 9 and 10-year-olds, they're all about the same speed.
Yeah.
But you're right, Terry. Swing. You don't swing harder. You swing sooner. And that's why you try to learn the words for the kids sooner.
I mean, either move them up in the box or back them up. Do one of the opposite.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in this Saturday. Tom Sinafani, Terry Reinhardt, Kevin Hastings. Happy New Year to everybody. Hope everybody had a Merry Christmas and we'll have a Happy New Year as well. College football tonight, NFL tomorrow. The next week we'll be talking NFL playoffs and who's going to be in the national championship game, NBA, NFL, NASCAR, and more. The race at the Rose Bowl is coming up here shortly in a few weeks. KTCBroadcasting.com.
I am the seed of a chosen breed. You don't see too many like me. Cause I am one of the reasons you do what you do when you want to be me instead of you. Cause I am still on beat, showing love to the streets. Come on, you know me, cause that's who I am.
There's no need for you to be cold this winter. Call Shelby Heating and Air and warm up to the savings on quality heating and air conditioning equipment. Right now, get a $750 instant rebate on select products from Shelby Heating and Air. Just call 704-487-7877 and ask also about their safety furnace checkup for just $99. That's Shelby Heating and Air. Online at shelbyheating.com. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and